Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to North Toowoomba Bowling Club, where we've got the exciting finals, the gold and silver medal playoffs, as well as the playoff for the bronze medal. Some absolutely intriguing matchups from some undefeated teams. And, of course, we've got Tweed Heads playing against Bargara in the men, and we've got Maroochydore playing against Tweed Heads in the ladies. So I'll let Gary fill you in on the bronze matches, but the matches we're going to telecast this afternoon is the men's and ladies matches. So the bronze matches, Gary, welcome back, mate.
Thank you, Brian, and once again, ladies and gentlemen, we're pleased to bring you these final matches this afternoon from North Toowoomba. The weather stayed beautiful for us. It's still quite warm. Brian has just mentioned the gold medal playoff, and the bronze medal will be played off in the men's between Jubilee and the Albert. And in the ladies, I think, did you mention the gold medal, did you not?
I did mention the gold medal between Maroochydore and Tweed Heads, mate. So.
Okay, and in the ladies section, the bronze medal is being played off between Bargara and West Toowoomba.
Oh, mate, what some great matchups we've got here this afternoon, though. They're just about to call the cards, Gary. Now,
Yep.
Mate, you've had the opportunity the last couple of days to witness these great teams in action, mate, and show us their skills. Just for the viewers, that during the course of the luncheon break by the players, that the greenkeeper rolled the green, so that's going to change the conditions once again. As they have changed direction in playing, though.
Yes, we're going north-south now, Brian.
Yeah, so it should be, again, the players now have to adapt, though. They've had their two-in roll-up.
The greenkeeper's been hard at work for the last hour or so, and he's rolling the green a couple of times, so it's certainly not going to get any slower.
No, it's a beautiful pace green and looks in magnificent condition too, Gary, doesn't
Certainly
it?
does.
It's something that I think anyone would aspire to want to play on, that's for sure, and it's an absolute credit to the greenkeeper here, David, who's done a superb job.
Indeed.
But how do you think this game's going to go this afternoon, though, Gary? Like, I mean, you've had the chance of seeing them play now.
Well, look, the game we're televising, Brian, there's no secret to the fact that the Tweed Heads fellows have won their three sectional games fairly comfortably, but the boys from Bargara have also won three games from the other section, and whilst they may not have the same experience in the team, the Bargara fellows are packed with talent.
Certainly are, Gary, and ably led by young Nick Cahill, who's had a wonderful couple of days here. He's basically had a bit of a day out. His conversion shots in that last game was absolutely outstanding, you'd have to admit, wouldn't you?
Yes, indeed, and so Nick and not just Nick, but the other players in his team have got some sort of record behind them, because Nick won the under-18 championship Australian title, I believe, as well as the pairs. Recently.
Yeah, not too sure, but I think I know he had a very good series down there, so he did very, very well. So, mate, just as of course with Rob Rob there also too played absolutely superbly the last 2 days. He's been putting bowls in the head, so Nick can work his magic, mate. And of course, you know, you've got people up front like Jack Davies, who's led very well, and of course Matt Tonkin as the third has been absolutely outstanding also.
Well, he's a local police officer apparently. He doesn't get to play much bowls, does he? But he's acquitted himself very well, Brian.
So there's the first bowl there by the Bargara team, and as you can see, maybe a little bit of nerve starting to kick in, but he's a good 8 foot through the head at least. At least 8 foot, so it's said the green's been turned around, the conditions have changed, the greenkeeper's rolled the greens, and I'll tell you what, Max has followed suit.
Yep, they're both a bit quick on that one. But
as you can see by Wayne's shirt and also Chloe's shirt on the rink beside just how much the wind is blowing there, Gary.
Yeah, it's a bit blowy, not too bad though, nothing that I think that would put them off too much, but just letting the folks know, and I think you've already alluded to it, that the last match in the ladies round robin came down to a final. Well, as it turned out, Connie Rickson's team from Maroochy had to beat Adele Pershouse who was leading the section, had to win that game by more than 7.
And they won it. They did. And
they did indeed, which leapfrogged Adele's team and put them into the bronze medal playoff. And Connie Rickson and her girls have advanced to the final against the Tweed Head girls.
Mate, it's been a fascinating couple of days there as we see another good bowl there by Rob.
Yep.
He's definitely picked up where he left off in the last game, hasn't he, Gary?
Did. Yes, indeed he did. And he's been a very consistent, because we watched a few games from the Bargara boys, and he played particularly well.
See a nice bowl here by a bit of inexperienced second.
The bloke who doesn't know much about the game. He was a fellow by the name of Kelvin Kerkow.
Kelvin Kerkow playing too. So, tell you what, if he learns how to draw a shot, he'll go well one day.
I reckon he could get his stick and use it as a hockey stick and still get close.
Yeah, I reckon so too, mate. He's one of the true great champions of our great sport, Gary, that's for sure.
Well, there's no question about that. I mean, the records that he's strung together over an illustrious career. I mean, anyone who knows anything about bowls certainly knows Special K.
No, that's for sure, mate. And we've got some good viewers on board already. Colin Hayes is there, so he's come back from training his horses today,
the
mate.
horses are all gone right up their nap.
And Peter Boltzmann, how are you, Peter? Good to have you on board. Joel Cooper, how are you? Sean Keepy, how are you, my friend? See Kelvin just a bit long with that one there.
Yeah, well, he's come back a bit behind there.
Gavin Law says he used to play up at Bargara in 2013 and 2014, so got basically a bit of a foot in both doors there because he knows Kurt Brown pretty well and he knows the Bargara boys, so you see who he's barracking for anyway. He'll let us know before the game's out.
Michelle Cooper says, go Tweed. Well, you're barracking with two teams, Michelle, aren't you both? Well, there's a wonderful shot there from
Matt.
Yeah, and he trailed it back. Unfortunately, didn't get the shot, and he's left Maxie with one.
Mitchell Mears is watching, of course, and Warren Downey. How are you? Warren says, go Bargara. Then Colin, how are you, mate?
Curdy Brown's
just a bit long with his first one, mate. But see any movement on Kelvin's front bowl there, the red one there, Gary? It's very beneficial. So
you'd need to throw a grand piano at the head to get the kitty back that far, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's for sure. Hey, Jill, how are you today? Jill Buchan, of course, one of the hard-working members of Bean Lee Bowls Club, mate. Jill is Warmer District President.
Yep, and Gavin Law. I think we had Gavin before. He's watching for Lake Cathy.
Yes,
New South Wales.
Oh, look at that. Oh, he's one down with that now. And now was away Turley, so yep. Panoma Bowls Club on board. G'day, fellas. How are you? Hope you're enjoying the telecast. Tim Smith. G'day, Tim.
Now,
Ryan Bester. There's another bloke that got a little bit to learn about the game too, hasn't he?
He hadn't got a clue, mate.
G'day, Ryan. It's always good to have you on board, my friend. I've got Gary Thomas sitting beside me, my friend, so I'm in trouble here this afternoon.
Yeah, I know nothing. Now, we're in a situation, folks, where we can probably give you quicker updates on the games alongside us, although we'll have to wait and see how the camera spans for that. But the men and the ladies are playing on adjacent rinks.
Yep.
And we can't quite exactly see the ladies end after end because we can only do one game at a time, as you know.
Yes, and we are governed by the Bowls Queensland Match Committee on what games we do, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it. We have no control over it. We just have to sit back and say, okay, well, this is what we're doing, and that's the end of it.
A nice little line here by Nick. Again, he's played some great bowls here today. He's got a pretty good bowl here.
He's got wonderful touch, hasn't he, this young man? I'm very impressed with him.
Again, his grass is absolutely impeccable. Look at that.
Don't tell him I said that because he called me the old fella yesterday.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wayne's just got to play a bit of weight through this hit. And I think I tell you what, he's not too far away.
He's got some sort of bowl here. He misses that red one. Oh, what a shot this is. Can you? I mean, that's the first bowl he's played for the whole match. Now, can you believe?
That's a great bowl.
That he could find something like that?
Yeah, but he's still one down.
Well, I don't know about that. Didn't Brownie put a bowl well back there, or did he go in the ditch? I don't know, idea. Brownie's bowl.
Yeah, Brownie has got a bowl back there. He has got a bowl. Robbie's just ducked away for a sec, so he's just got to get us a glass of water. So I'm sure he'll get us
Mitch Mears, did we...
Yeah, mention Mitch, mate. Ryan,
yeah.
Maxine's back, and Tim Phillips. G'day, Tim. Good to see you, mate. Good to have you on board. Tim, of course, hard-working official from the Sunshine Coast, so he'll be going for the Sunshine Coast ladies. We'll see a great bowl here by
Nick.
by young Nick, and Robbie's just about to tune it in. He's not far away from it.
He might have gone in the drink, has he? No, they haven't been down. Oh, now he got the
Curdy's
fingers
having a
out.
bit of a look.
Brett Wizard-Wilkie's joined in.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Afternoon legend.
What a great bowl by Nick, though. What a great save that was, though, Gary. Like, I mean, it's... yeah. Can't play it much better than that, mate. You know.
Is that what did Brownie say?
He said it's very close. He said he can't tell who's got shot.
Okay, but I was tipping that Brownie's bowl might have been shot before Nick played that because I knew he had one back there. And what's Turl's done? I can't see him, but McCurdy's in the way.
No, did nothing, mate.
No, he got a kiss off a bowl and slid away.
Yep.
So now out comes the tape after the first end. All happening,
Stephen, as we just said previously, mate, that we are doing the match that the match committee asked us to do. We will try and give you part of the girls' game. As you can see on the rink beside us, Chloe just played a bowl, so we'll try and give you some of that. One to Bargara there for that.
One there. Well, that was the most exciting end to begin, wasn't it?
It's not bad for a starter.
All sorts of shots were played there.
Yeah, but we can only do one game at a time, Stephen. Sorry, my friend, but we don't allocate the rinks.
Deanne Robertson's watching.
G'day, D.
Diesel. And Bowls Queensland, in their wonderful ability, have just posted the names of the players.
Yep.
If you can see that on your feed.
Yep, that would be Mr. Wilkie doing that.
Oh, well, they will. I mean, only he could.
Mr. Wilkie
Smart
be doing
enough to do that, wouldn't he?
He's smart enough to do that, mate. Yes, well, Rosemary, as I said, we can only do one game at a time. I'm sorry about that, but we can't do all the teams. We see the first bowl there just pulling up a little bit short. And
Maxie
by Jack Davies, he's led very well. Maxie's just going to be a little bit long with this one here by the looks of it. So he's
hanging around
a little bit. Yeah.
Jack's coming back. He's a young player on the march too, isn't he, Brian?
Definitely. He's impressed me. His consistency over the last day and a half has been absolutely outstanding, I thought, Gary. He just sneaks under that one and comes in for shot there. So that's beautiful correction there.
He's no holding too. I've just got a message to you to say that Chloe Stewart is watching.
Is she? Well, she should be. She's playing on the green beside him. She better be watching.
She's watching the boys next door.
Yeah. Good bowl here by Max Jaffray. Just going to slip around the back. Again, though, it's definitely advantage to Bargara. And this is what we saw in the last game, that the Bargara boys up front
they're not going to
having bowls in the head. So
they're not going to die wondering, mate.
No, you've got that right. So if you can share this out there, ladies and gentlemen, to as many people as you can, so it'd be fantastic. Tell us who you're barracking for. Let us know.
Terry Heats and barracking for the Bargara boys and girls. Go on, Terry.
Yep, g'day, Pam. Yep, that's absolutely looking forward to bringing you this great afternoon. Now we've got Kelvin on the mat now. He's got plenty of room to draw a shot. So, as I said, the greens quicken up a little bit. So, Kelvin he's out there, grass line. Notice Kelvin on the top green yesterday. Went back to his pale blue bowls, Gary.
Did he really? Well, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, he used them up there yesterday. It's
he's drawn second or third shot there, I think.
Yeah, he's given Wayne a bowl in the head, you could say. So Max just a little bit long with his, but nothing against Max. He's led up absolutely magnificently over the last few days. He's set this team up for to play the shots, really, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
We see Rob just going around the back here slightly, just giving Nick a little bit of cover, which is a very, very advisable thing when you got.
Well, he might have been asked to come back to Max's bowls.
Yep.
Now, Kel's just got to improve his line here because his weight was pretty damn good, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's got a pretty good line on this one here too, mate, you know what I mean?
Well, if he's got a tighter line, he's going to come in, the weight stays there with him. Not quite.
Just going to pull up a tad short. That's another bowl in the head, though, so he's got a couple of thirds, you could say. So that's, Wayne would be happy with that at this early stage. It's only early in the game.
Yep.
So we've got Matt on the mat at the moment, so there we go.
Now, if you can see on the left of your screen there, you can see the girls' match is on the adjacent rink. So if the ladies manage to step out of the way from time to time and your eyes are good enough, Well, there's another good shot there from Bargara. If you manage to be able to see, you can probably pick up the score of the ladies' game on the next rink.
Yeah, Matt Tonkin's he's been very consistent throughout the day too, though, Gary. He's been...
he sure has.
He's been very close. Kurt Brown.
Brownie be looking to try and either sneak under Cal's bowl or turn him up a bit, wouldn't he?
I'd say so, mate.
I think he's done one or the other. Oh, I've done up a shot. No, it's not, but it's a good bowl.
Good bowl there. Nice and handy.
Barb Hipsley. Barb and Clive are watching from Bargara. Well, you've got the men in the final gold medal playoff. Barb and Clive, and you've got your ladies playing off for the bronze. Nick's got down on his haunches here, and he's liking this a bit. And why wouldn't you? He's got a touch, and I'm tipping they might have 3 or 4.
They definitely have. He's called for a bit of aggression here, as Wayne.
Well, he's called Brownie on the other hand, and he's in the area. If we can just get
very close. He's got this. He's got this all the way.
What he's got? Yeah, he has too. And I think they've been a bit unlucky there.
One down.
Well, that'd be
one down's better than 3 or 4 down.
I think Kelvin's bowl is probably second shot there now. Well,
Kane Nelson, how are you, young Kane?
They might have been 3 or 4 down there, Brian, so it was a good shot from Brownie.
Trish, we can't stream the bronze medal matches. They're all being played at the same time because we've got the pairs starting tomorrow morning at 8:30, so we can't stagnate the games. Otherwise, they'd be playing at 9 o'clock tonight. So all we can do, as I said, is the rink that we've been allocated to stream. And as you can see, the bronze medal matches are up there. We'll keep you up to date with the scores. But we've only got one lot of cameras, so we can't have cameras out there everywhere trying to call 5 or 6 games.
Wow.
So
it just doesn't happen, is it?
No, I'd like to be able to do it, but you can't do it, mate. So
Susie McKenzie's watching. Good afternoon, Suze.
Susie, how are you, my dear? Congratulations on your great performance down in Ettalong. Well done. And I think she turned a year older when she was down there too, Gary.
I have an idea she did. I think it was the first day, wasn't it, of the tournament?
My godfather. Second day.
Second day, okay.
Oh.
Charles is he's just going to
run through a bit heavy with that one, Gary.
I think they're only one down, so Nick's got an opportunity to make another one here. Yeah, they're okay. He's going to get back in time, that's the thing. He doesn't want to turn that in.
He's got that in a real good home now, mate. He's got that in a very good home. He's got that in a very good home.
So Wayne Turley has just got to adjust his line a fraction.
I think he has. He's adjusted that pretty well.
Well, I've got to comment until he gets there.
No, he's going to be a bit wide. Just missed it. G'day, Russell. How are you, mate? Watching the game?
Okay, that's another one to Bargara, I believe. Yep, it's only one, so they go to a 2-0 lead on the second end. Now, can we see any score from the girls?
The girls? No, Chloe Stewart's just doing it now.
Yeah, we've just gone back to the other camera, so we missed out on that.
Chloe's just waiting for a result. They're doing their head at the moment, the girls. Tweedhead's got 1 on the first end.
Did they?
Well, by the looks of the board, they've got 2 ends up. No, they're measuring down there, mate. So we see Nick setting up. So it's quite a longish end, this one here, with the kitty going back on the tee.
Almost back on the tee, isn't he?
So it's 2-0 at this stage on 2 ends to Tweedheads over the Sunshine Coast.
Okay.
So there we go. It's 4-0 to West Toowoomba over Bargara. And it's 1-0 to Jubilee over the Albert on one end.
That's in the
So all we can do is keep you up to date with the scores, ladies and gentlemen, as we'll try to do all afternoon.
Yes, maybe someday in the future we could have a 4-way split screen and bring you 4 games at once.
Yeah, I knew you were on holidays, Russell, from the South Island, mate. I hope you're enjoying the weather, mate. And, Russell, talk to as many Kiwis as you can about the rugby, mate, because if I was over there, I'd be having a ball by now.
You nasty man.
David Baker, it's always good to have you on board, David. David would be with me on that one, mate. He'd be all over it. He'd be all over it.
Well,
mate.
I think it was probably in terms of union, it has to be a bit of an upset that, none of us were expecting, surely.
I'd never underestimate a Eddie Jones coach team, as we see a lovely bowl there by Max
great
Jaffray.
shot by Max.
So
got a little touch on the way
through.
Yeah, what's Susie say? Thanks, guys. Great call. 3 birthdays, one after the other on the same rink. Now, can you believe that?
My Godfather, look at that.
One after the other. Joan Tennant the next day, then Wendy Ryan. Oh, my goodness.
On you, Russell.
That sort of thing just doesn't it? Does it happen?
Well, I don't know. I didn't know this. Like, just picked them on when they were born.
It must be.
This is why I've never been picked. I'm born in August.
It's your birthday. Here, have another one. I bet there was a decent amount of bloody blowing candles out there. They would have been all out of breath by the 4th day.
My God, I bet you they had a long fire brigade had a few call-outs. Good ball there by Cole, just a couple of foot in behind the head.
And he's drawn 2, or they have 2.
Yep.
So now, Rob's coming down. I think he might have left this a bit wide, hasn't he?
Yep.
So Cal will be looking at taking the same grass and just backing off a 1.5 foot of weight, which he's extremely capable of doing.
Yep, no, that's for sure.
He looks to be travelling okay to me. I don't know about you.
Looks to be travelling pretty good. Wayne's giving it a clap, so he must be pretty happy with the weight of it, mate.
Well, look at that.
Yep. No doubt about these former internationals. Look at that, mate, short.
Oh, well, I mean,
not a bad bowl, that's for sure.
Yeah, they've got 3 now, I believe.
Yeah, I thought they'd be a bit quiet over there, Russell, that's for sure. Yeah, flags at half mast. It doesn't surprise me, my friend. Gavin Law says, hope the Bundy boys are back in town. Yep. I can't get over Sue. 3 birthdays.
Now, Matty Tonkin is
a little bit wide with this one, mate.
No, he's got wrecked.
Yeah, just a little bit
he's
wide.
Got wrecked on that front one, so there's still 3 down.
Well,
Brownie's been asked to play his backhand, which is the side where there's no evident danger.
Yeah. So keep telling us, ladies and gentlemen, where you're watching from. It'd be interesting to see. We see Kurt just trying to draw another one here, and Kurt, of course, has had a great couple of days of bowls up here.
And Wayne's cheering that one home. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, no, it's a great bowl there. Yeah. This is what happened to them in the past, hasn't it? They've been able on a couple of ends, Gary, in all their games, pick up multiples, you know. And I think it's just the sheer experience, and I think it's the... got Matt's pretty close to this one, though. I tell you, he is close.
He's just going to be a bit missing.
I think he's got it. He's got it in the guts, mate. Oh, my God.
He's taken a couple out of the count.
Look, that's a really good bowl, but how unlucky is that where he just kissed that back bowl, you know? That's damn unlucky. Couldn't have played it any better, Gary.
Tweed fellas have got 2, and Brownie's just got to repeat what he did with his first one.
Well, mate, this is how good the memory, though, mate. I'll tell you what.
If he found another foot of weight, he wouldn't be going crook because he'll sit that. And he might have nearly done it too, has he? Oh, he shunted it, but it didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, that's a great try there, an absolute great try. So we've got some people coming on board. Ben saying go Spike, and Jones watching from Wallsend, Newcastle.
Yeah, welcome, Joan Delaforce.
Yeah, it's great to see all these people on board enjoying the bowls, and sit back this afternoon and let us bring you some quality bowls into your living room or lounge room or wherever you might be.
Yeah, you might have a little light pot in the toilet.
There you go.
Who knows?
Could be anywhere.
Okay, so Nicky with the yellow bowls.
Yeah, playing his forehand. I think he'd be looking for the kitty here, do you reckon, mate?
Oh, he wouldn't. He certainly.
Is he going to be under it? No, even under this, he gets movement on. Oh, he's just going to get the wrong side of it.
Now we'll see. That's closed him down a little bit, hasn't he?
Has closed him. He might go big after the next one. He's got no backward there, though, I don't think, has he?
I don't think so.
I think they've got all the backward.
I think he's got to try and find the perfect weight and get through that gap there, don't you? Now, Turles is coming up quite nicely. He's going to nick underneath the head and run away a bit. I think Tweed...
I think he was looking just to play under Kelvin's bowl there.
Of course
by
he
the looks
was.
of it, mate. He was just looking to play under Kelvin's bowl.
Yep,
and he wasn't far away, was he? Like, I mean...
Either that or he gets to the back blue one.
Yeah. Kerry Cattell's on board, and I see Kerry's in New Zealand too with her family. So, they're all over there.
I saw her on Facebook last night when she was out at a restaurant somewhere. Well done, Kes.
Yeah. Brian Stewart's on board. Alan Carter, how are you, Alan?
Point Lookout in Queensland.
Queensland.
So here comes Nick, and
This inside of this bowl is
just
going to
what
be
he
close.
had to do.
What a great bowl this is. Boy,
That
Nick.
is
a
classic.
magnificent bowl. That
Brownie's up and about here. He's going to have a bit of a bow peep at this one.
That's a...
And he's indicated Tweed has still got a...
one.
Oh, that's an enormous try, Nick Carl.
That was a great bowl, mate. 17 years of age.
Well, that's right. I mean...
Imagine what he's going to be like by the time he gets to 18.
Oh, well... I mean, he's got the world at his feet, this kid, and you just can't help but admire the way he goes about the game. And
yes, he's got a wonderful nature for our great game, that's for sure, mate.
see, he's got Turles coming down having a look at this because he's got to be a little bit careful.
I can see what Kurt's looking for. He's called him down because he said, "Now look, you hit this yellow bowl and spring the kitty."
He's going straight back to us.
He's going. We've got 3 bowls there.
Yep.
So I can see why he's calling it. It's got to be hit perfectly, though. But I tell you what, mate, if anyone can do it, Wayne Turley's definitely got the capabilities of turning this in. I tell you what, though, Matt's having a good look at this. I don't know if he's too convinced that he's... oh, look out, they're kicking bowls around already.
Yeah, they're kicking them around.
Kicking them around, my God.
But see, when you look at that head, Brian, the shot to play is to try and... He can either say, well, I'm happy enough with 1, or he can try to make something out of it by landing on Nick's bowl and sending it back. But from the lay of the head, he's probably got to play too much weight to stop Nick's bowl coming back with it, if you know what I mean.
That's right, too.
See, if he was just able to arrive on it with 2 feet of weight, then he... But I don't know that he can do that with the gap that's available to him.
Well, he's playing it on his forehand.
Well, that's what I would have done. So it all depends whether he's going to get around this one or not. I think he might he's going to run into it.
just caught it.
Yeah.
Probably didn't have enough weight to get there.
Well,
mate.
it wasn't an easy shot to play because he had to play, in my opinion, he had to play a little bit too much weight underneath those wing bowls to get the result that he really wanted. Anyway... We'll never know. So, Tweed, I think Brownie indicated, and he was claiming 1 shot, but the umpire's been called, which is fair enough. Now, while we're having a little bit of a break here, I'm seeing if I can capture the scores on the next rink for you. Bloody hell, I've probably used binoculars here. How bad am I going? Okay, so it appears... Oh, that's much better. Let's have a look what's happening. They're all still milling around. And the score appears to be 3-3, I think. There's quite a few people milling around in front of the scoreboard. It's 3-3, I think. That's in the ladies' gold playoff. And in the bronze medal playoff, for the men who are on that other rink alongside. Oh, there's so many people milling around. Okay, well, we'll come back to that as soon as we can. But Makes it pretty hard when the folks are standing directly in front of the scoreboard.
That's for sure. We'll definitely say that for you, Kerry. I'll pass that message on this afternoon.
It appears that Tweed Heads ladies are leading 3-0.
After 3 ends.
After 3 ends. I thought it was 3-all, but that was the
Yep.
the
You
end
see Max
count.
Jaffray just playing his first bowl here, so he's Robbie just tuning it in for us. Doing a great job as our Robbie.
He always does.
He certainly does, my friend.
We'd be lost without him. If something went bung here, we'd run and hide, wouldn't we?
We would go and hide, mate, eh? That's for sure.
So Max has run through by a metre or so there.
Yeah, it's still usable bowl though. Anything behind the head's usable, Gary, isn't it? You know what I mean?
And Jack's coming in. He looks that pretty good weight.
He's
here
got
too.
good weight on this one here too, mate. This young lad's impressed me over the last
He has.
couple of days.
Bowled very
He's
well.
bowled very, very well. I mean, for the Bargara boys to have 3 games and 3 wins, mate, this young boy's really set the head up for him with Rob. Robbie's played. I thought Rob's played exceptionally well
he
also.
has.
You know what I
They've
mean?
all gone well.
They have, haven't they?
Well, you don't win 3 straight if you're not.
Lovely bowl here by Max. Lovely
is
correction.
coming in. Might just
Holes for
miss the
bowls.
Jack.
Look at that. Holes for bowls,
he
mate.
just missed it. But it's a very handy bowl there, isn't it?
Well, you'd really think with Max being away with Robbie Allen for 4 days that Robbie would have told him not to go through that gap. You'd really think so, wouldn't you?
Oh, my God. You come up with some crazy stuff. You're worse than me.
See, again, Jack got this very well pointed. Yeah, just pulling up just a little bit short, but beautiful line he had there too.
I'm trying to get I've got the binoculars up, but it's impossible because everyone is standing in front of the scoreboard. But I can tell you the Jubilee in the ladies. Oh, no, hang on, that's the men's.
That's the
Jubilee
against Albert.
5, and I can't see what the scoreboard is.
Nil.
They're 0.
Neil,
They just stepped out of the way. So it's Jubilee leading
5-0.
5-0 after 3 ends.
We see Kelvin played a great bowl there. Trailed the kitty.
And in the bronze medal playoff for the ladies, I can see that Bargara are 1, and the other team are 5.
West Toowoomba.
West Toowoomba are leading Bargara 5-1, and that's also after 3 ends.
3 ends. As we see Rob
Right.
here on the mat, and you see that the Tweed heads combination there would be holding 3 shots, I'd say, by the looks of that.
Yes, indeed, 3. And now here he comes again. This man, Rob Pershouse, he's played
Some great
well
bowls.
over
He
the
really
last
has.
2 days, but he hasn't altered the count.
He's really playing very well. So he's got some great bowls there. We see young Justin Criblin just walk past and see his father's played one good bowl, and he's just played another bomb out here on rink 4. So there you go, two shots there to Ross Criblin there. So Justin very happy there. Robbie Allen, on your toes, son. Get on your toes.
Curdy Brown's just run
Mother
through.
of Tony is on board.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Julie, how are you? Bradley, how are you this afternoon?
Now, what's happened here? Is he going
Did you get the inside edge?
Yeah, he is, but he hasn't changed
Just
anything.
didn't get much. Just got too much of that bowl there, Gary.
Now, Brownie ran a good 6'3" with his first one because he's out of picture.
Yep.
He's going to be trying to correct that a bit, which I'm sure that he's a man who can do it.
Yeah, very consistent player,
And
Kurt Brown,
his
isn't
weight,
he? Really
his weight
is.
looks a lot better here, doesn't it, Brian?
He does too.
Well, that's a lovely correction, Brownie, and that
Just around and would.
that comes
But
into
that
the
would count. That would be a wonderful bowl.
That sure
So
counts.
we've got Shirley. How are you, Shirley? Saying go Sunshine Coast. And Rob Hammond. G'day, Rob. How you going, buddy? Oh, Grinder. Good lad.
Nick is asking for a bit of weight here, and I'm thinking it's going to be big. Yeah, here he comes. Now, has he pinched it across?
I think he has, mate. Yeah, he's pitched
Yeah.
it across. We've got Noel on board. Noel, I'm sitting here with one of your Broadbeach.
No, Lou. Oh, Nolly Parmenter.
He's there. He's watching.
Good afternoon, Nolly.
Got Mr. Thomas on board here, mate.
Now, at this particular stage,
Tweed would be holding 4 shots there,
I'm
mate.
sure of it. They're holding 4, but
Now,
I'll tell you something right here, folks. Don't write off this young Nick Cahill, because he's been playing out of his skin.
He absolutely has been, mate.
And he's a very capable young man, and I've been extremely impressed with him.
Yep.
Not having seen him play all that often before.
I've seen Nick play quite a bit, mate, and he's always been a very steady player.
Well, you've certainly proved that to me over the last 2 days. Now, what's Turl's done here? He's got
Gonna play under this.
Oh, he's got another one here now.
And he's probably blocked any on-shot, really, that Nick had. So I think Nick can back himself with good weight to get through there on his forehand, I reckon.
I think he's still going to fire a submarine at this, don't you?
I reckon he will do too, mate. And just looking on this,
it looks extremely hard to draw. You could probably cut the count down, but it's going to be extremely hard to draw the shot on either hand.
Tell you what, mate, I saw just on another rink there. We're just watching this bowl here too, as we're watching it, ladies and gentlemen.
Here comes Nick. With his big weight, and he's going to miss, I think.
Well, he's taken a few of them out.
He's taken a couple out.
But just watching over here though on rink 4, Gary, Justin Criblin was 2 down.
Yep.
After Ross Criblin played 2 sensational bowls.
Mm-hmm.
And Justin just took those 2 bowls out of the head as clean as a whistle.
Clean out. Well, I can't see that because your screen's in the way of the head.
Magnificent bowls. We see Wayne here trying to sneak under this. I tell you, I think he's just cut his grass slightly, hasn't he?
Well, if he gets under, he's okay.
Yeah, I think he's under though,
He
mate.
didn't quite have the weight. Now, if he had to run through that little gap, he'd have been all right, but he didn't. He needed to have another foot of weight.
This is showing me maturity from this young man here. He's changed the head by hitting it, and there's a few bowls out, so he's walking down to have a bit of a look just to see exactly where the kitty is.
Should have come all the way, Nicky.
Yes, I agree with that. If you're going to walk down,
you're going to walk, you might as well go all the way.
Go all the way and have a real good look. So that way you've made your mind up, Gary, haven't you? What shot you want to play, you know what I mean?
Well, I think his third might have asked him to come down and have a bit of a look.
Yeah.
I mean, Matt, you would leave Nick to do what he wanted to do, but if you start your walk down to the head, I think you're far better off to go all the way because it helps to calm your nerves a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think he's just a bit long with this one, mate. He had beautiful line.
Terribly happy. I think he's a bit wide more than anything, but he won't be all that happy with that, and especially when they consider the way that he's been playing, Brian.
Oh, he's been playing magnificent bowls, mate, hasn't he? He's absolutely been playing some incredible bowls.
Well, I mean, everybody has. When you look at the quality of the players, I think Brownie's claiming 3 here.
I think he would be. I think that front bowl may have been in there. I think.
I don't know about that now.
Well, I think they've taken a few out, mate.
Well, they've taken 2 out, but they're measuring Nick's last bowl against Max's front white one. Or is it? Oh, I think the white one's in, don't you? Yeah.
Yep.
So Brownie said
4.
4. Nah, that wouldn't be right, would it?
Can't be. It's 5-2.
Oh, okay. Perhaps it is.
No, it can't be because they weren't.
They were down 1-2.
Were they?
No, they've grabbed 4 there.
Oh, okay. Beg your pardon. What would I know? Hey? Robbie's nodding his head very quickly there, mate. When I said, what do I know? He said nothing. He said nothing.
Mate. Go back to bloody kindergarten. Go and play with your bloody Rubik's Cube.
They're too clever for me.
Yeah, me too. Mate, I nearly killed the bloke one night.
We were chucking it.
He's out in about 5 minutes. I still haven't got the bloody thing sorted. No, I melted all the bloody paper off the sides and stuck it back on where it's supposed to go with super glue. It's the only way I could get it out.
Well, now just for those people that it's 6-1 after 4 ends to West Toowoomba over the Bargara team, and it's 7-0 after 4 ends to Jindalee over the Albert in the men. Yeah. And in the ladies, it's 4-0 after 4 ends to South Tweed over Merichadale.
Not South Tweed.
Sorry, Tweed Heads, I should say. Slip of the tongue.
Yeah, Max has started out with a jack high, well, sort of jack high bowl, and
nice bowl here, though, too.
Jack's followed him down.
Yeah, it's a very nice bowl there by young
And Jack has got the shot, I would suggest, from our angle.
Yeah, mate, he's, as I was saying previously, Gary, he's one of those players that's really impressed me over the weekend. He's played very well.
Well, I'll put it to you this way, Brian. There's not too many here that are bowlers, well, certainly of the male brigade, that I don't know or haven't met before. But this man, Jack Davies, he's one of the sorts of blokes that you want to go up and say, Jack, well done. You know what I mean? Not big noting yourself, but just congratulating the kid on the job that he's done.
Couldn't agree more on that one.
And say, well...
Geez, you were quick onto that one, Russell.
You might have a future in this game, fella. Because I believe he's still only very young. Now, here comes Special K.
G'day, Gail, saying hello. Aileen watching. G'day, Darren. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you too, my friend.
Now, this is a bloke we all know.
Kelvin Kerkow, a little bit long with that one.
Tells has gone down. He's pulled that out the drain.
There you go.
My missus, she had never played bowls, but she had a look at the bowls club one day and she said it was a terrible waste of space, all that ditch area. And she said if I was running this joint, I'd plant flowers all around the outside of the club. I said, well, they wouldn't bloody last long.
No, you got that right, Sunshine.
Ryan Best of driving every time he'd knocking heads off daffodils.
He'd be knocking daffodils off left, right and centre, mate.
All the roses,
yeah.
the daisies. Goodness me. Okay, so it looks as though Maxie's Tweed boys are holding one. And Kelvin,
I'd say, probably one with that front one there, I think.
Yeah, Kelvin's changed his hand and he's
trying to just spring this bowl of Maxie's forward, in my opinion.
If he gets past it either way, he's going to count, but he's run... he's run into it.
Only need another half a pound of weight there, mate. He just would have rolled twice because the green running pretty good.
He put his first one in the ditch, so he had to make some sort of decent correction, didn't he?
Well, he did, and he did correct pretty well. He's pretty unlucky with that one, really, so he did play a pretty good weight for what he was after, though, Gary. So we see another good-looking bowl here by the he's just got to sneak in between these ones here, but...
by Rob Pershouse, he's gone underneath
just gone underneath it.
Okay, so what's Turl's gone? He's gone a poor hand.
Yeah, well, see, Turl's would be happy for him just to spring that bowl of Max, just give it a couple more rolls, mate.
Give it a roll, or the ideal shot's to get between the two on the left there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or even, you're not trying to, but if he happens to be a bit underneath, he could actually knock Kelvin's up,
That's for sure. Thank you very much, Bowles Banner, for sharing it on your site. We absolutely appreciate it immensely. Bowles Streaming.
Who did that?
Bowles Banter.
Okay.
They often share our stuff and was very much appreciated by us. It gets it out worldwide, so people can watch this great game of ours all the way around the world, Gary.
Well, let's hope so. Shawnee Keepy's come back watching. Shawnee. Sean, I hope you're enjoying the coverage, folks, and we're just...
Mate, one of Darling Downs' finest, mate.
We're absolutely loving bringing all this action to you.
Could be a bit dangerous. I think he might be about to run into...
he's going to slide off it, is he? Yes, he did. He's actually turned Maxie's a bit closer.
Yeah, so Turl said he's definitely got one now.
Oh, well, I didn't think there was any doubt. I'm sure they had it. Okay, so he's asked Brownie to change his hand to try and get back to that, apparently, the second shot behind the jack. And Brownie's played this hand pretty well before, so he knows where he's going.
He knows where he's going, mate. I think it could be a bit wide with this one. It's starting
I don't
to work.
know about that.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, look at it start to come back
It's
now.
just coming home like an unwanted mother-in-law. You have a look at this. If he gets past that, and he did.
Just got past it.
I reckon he's, I think Turles has put two fingers on. No, it's only one. Okay, so Nicky Carl has indicated that second bowl, that one behind the jack, is the second shot, I think. So now, Matty Tonkin, he's apparently he's a local police officer up that way. He doesn't get a chance to play much bowls, and geez, crikey, if he did, he'd be a superstar. Oh, nearly got past that. But
good bowl there.
Well, definitely only, the Tweed are only definitely holding one, aren't they?
Yep. Yeah, mate, I'll tell you what, Matt is another one that's impressed me this weekend too, Gary. I think he's been very consistent.
Well, they've all been good. I mean, even in the teams that haven't made the playoffs, you got to look. You look back and see the class of player that have that actually aren't here now. You wouldn't sack any one of them, would you?
No way in the world, mate. They're all absolutely fantastic bowlers, and it's been a great pleasure having the privilege of watching them this weekend, Gary.
Oh, mate, and you've got another 4 days to go here.
How good is it?
Holy smoke. We got the pairs, ladies and gents. So you think you're going to have a break and a bit of a rest and a smoke? Oh, I've got something to tell you. The next 2 days, starting about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, we got the men's and ladies pairs. And then on Wednesday, we got 2 days of that. Nicky's been a bit stiff there. He ended up cracking on front but didn't move Max's bowl.
Yep.
And then starting on the Wednesday morning, we have, I think we're going to play the round robin all in the one afternoon, all in the one day, because usually a game of singles, I think it's 21 up, so the game of singles doesn't last as long as your fours and pairs and things. So I believe the administrators think they can get all 3 round robin games played on the Wednesday, and the final of the singles, both men and women, will be played on the Thursday morning. So we still have a plethora of wonderful bowls action.
No, that's for sure.
To come to you continually the next 4 days from the North Toowoomba Bowls Club.
See Nick there's playing the right hand here. He's just got to get hold of this front bowler, Matt. And I'll tell you what, he's not going to be too far away from this, Gary.
He's just
gee
sideways.
He just rocked it, mate. How unlucky is that?
Oh, Brownie held his breath there.
He did, didn't he, eh?
Well, we all did. And that makes Tweed heads now 6-2. And you can see the score up there, and I'm not too sure. We haven't got the ends up.
So we see Max Jaffray just, of course, rolling the kitty.
Yep. That's what Leeds do.
Yes, they do.
Leeds do that.
But he's made it absolutely... And this is what I've noticed Tweed heads have been doing this a bit, Gary. They're going absolutely 2-2, stretching out as far as they possibly can.
Well, it's a ploy that obviously they've decided to work on.
Yep.
And at the moment they're leading 6-2 after 5 ends, so you might consider that ploy might be working.
Mate, even though they've got a lot of experience in their team and, I know they've got a hell of a lot of experience, mate, I will not write off this Bargara combination.
No, well, I'm not writing off anything.
Because, by God, they've played some great bowls, haven't they?
Well, it was they said the other day that some pennant team he's watching were leading by 22 shots, and he went in to get a schooner of beer.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
He had a 1 minute chat with some bloke at the bar, and when he came out, the team that were leading by 22 were one down.
They were one down, yeah, I know.
I can't remember where it was.
Yeah, I remember someone telling
Who told us? I think it...
Yeah,
I can't remember who it was who said that. But he said, well, it just goes to show you how quickly, on 3 or 4 rings, all of a sudden they've gone boom, 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 drop 5 on each rink, and then they're one behind.
So a beautiful bowl there by Jack once again, a good lead bowl, particularly going 2-2. And what's happening at the moment too, ladies and gentlemen, just for your own benefit, is that there's a bit of cloud cover coming over now where it's been cloud-free all day, so the green's starting to change slightly and the wind definitely starting to pick up too. So see
another good bowl
from Jack, yes, for sure.
He's got Maxie's back bowl covered.
Yep, a big crowd inside too, Gary, just looking out from behind the glass, mate. There's people everywhere here.
Mate, they're all over the place.
They are, aren't they? They're all the way around the green.
And we've just got the side angle. That's the view from the side angle camera, which from time to time we bring in just to give you a different perspective.
Yes. Well, I'll tell you a little secret, mate. I've just had a bit of a conversation with Robbie while you were busy talking. And we're going to try and zone in on a couple of the ladies' heads very shortly.
All right, well, whatever you choose. Nothing to do with me.
There you go. We're just thinking about it.
Gordon Jago's just joined the coverage, and he's watching from Clifton in Queensland. Where's that, Jordan? Gordon? Clifton.
Clifton's not far from here, mate.
Just down the road, is it?
Not far at all. Been to Clifton?
Well, get down there, Gordon, and we'll say a good day to you.
So it's just out past Allara, which was one of the great 2-day carnivals you could ever go to, mate. Allara.
Oh, have a look at Kirk's here, will you? He's played. His first bowl was beautifully jack high.
Yep.
And he's had to correct his grass just to get the shot, and he's done it.
He's done it. There's a great bowl there by Kelvin.
Well, you don't expect him to play something crappy, do you?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen it. His bowl's just rolled back a bit there, but I suspect he might still be holding shots. Tills has called Brownie on the backhand here.
Well, any movement on that bowl of Kelvin's, though, yeah, it makes sense to me, mate.
Michael Turner's just joined the coverage. Good afternoon, Michael.
G'day, Mike. How you going, buddy?
Down at Burley there somewhere.
He certainly is.
Now, this looks like getting a decent sort of a result here.
Well, there's another bowl in the head,
yeah,
isn't it?
I don't think it's two.
Maxine said it's better weather than her playing pennants yesterday. She said it was terrible.
Where was that from?
It'd have to be Melbourne, mate. Cyclonic winds and a little ray of sunshine.
Goodness gracious me.
We love giving you the bowls, that's for sure. G'day, Rhonda.
We haven't
Rhonda
seen anything like that up here, have we?
No, Rhonda's watching from Inverell.
Inverell. Well, that's a fair way from here.
Oh, mate, man, of your capabilities be able to walk that in half a day.
Oh, yeah, that's very much.
I tell you what, there's been some great bowls being played here, I tell you, all over the green. There's incredible. I just wish we had more cameras to be able to show you the lot. Another reasonable bowl by Kurt, just a bit long though. Just,
how many cameras do you need? But Robbie, our illustrious, he's in charge of everything.
Yes.
He's a COE.
Well, he is when he's with us, but they tell me when he goes home he's about the fourth in charge.
No, I'm about for it, he's not. He's gone out, because we do have a camera, you can just see it in that main screen view there.
Yeah, he's out there in a bit of an adjustment.
You can see the camera that's actually on the green.
Yes.
Now he's going to try and angle that
into the ladies ring,
so as we can get occasional views of the heads of the girls. Bowl heads. I'm talking of the girls on the adjacent rink.
Yep.
Now he's going to have to wait until he gets an end that they're typically playing, because if you angle it and it's sort of on a shortish end and then they start playing long.
Yep.
He's got to go out and change it all around again.
That's right.
Now, back to the main coverage game. It looks to me as though Tweed heads holding one, and if Turles gets under that,
which he has,
but I'm not sure if he comes into the count.
Yeah, not 100% sure on that one, Gary, but very handy bowl, and of course, as you said, there's another bowl in the head there, mate.
Yep.
So definitely got options, haven't they? You know what I mean?
So what does Nicky play here?
I think he might play with a little bit of weight.
On his forehand, do you think? Or back in trying to sit those bowls out, or what?
I think he'd probably play on his forehand.
I would have thought he might have.
Which he is. Yeah, I thought he would have played on his forehand, mate. A little bit too difficult there on the backhand, I think.
Well, the backhand shot, he'd be pretty hard pressed to get rid of both of them.
Yes.
But what's he done here? This is not going to help, because I'm tipping that is his own bowl gone out.
Yeah, which has really opened things up now for the Tweed combination here, that's for sure, you know.
Well, if that bowl's gone out of the head completely.
Yeah, we are, Shirley. We're just waiting for a little while. We'll just watch the end of this end, and we'll get there.
I wouldn't mind betting that what's Turl's done here. He's come in. He needs to slow up a bit, although he's got Maxie's bowl back there behind. And I think he's given shot away.
I think he has given shot away there by the looks of it too.
He might have had 3 and possibly 4 before that happened.
Yep. That's bowls for you, mate.
Well, because the boys from Bargara were all over that, and they were saying that back bowl on the left, the bluey coloured one, is now shot.
And it's good to have Alan Faulkner on board from Queensland. And one of your favourites is there, mate.
Who's that?
Arnie Robin.
Robin, I haven't got it on my screen, so.
It's on my stream, they say. Robin comes on my stream.
Robin Ingham.
That's the one. But no, Robin Farrell.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. Robert,
How are you,
okay.
Robin? Great to have you on board, my dear. Always a pleasure to see you.
And Shirley Cornish, thanks for that, Shirl. Robbie's in the position of what he's back now. I don't know what he's quite done. But he went out there to try and angle it across to see if we can get some girls.
Well, just while the people are out the way, I can let you know it's 7-1 to Tweed heads after 6 ends over Marucci. And it's 9-1 to West Toowoomba over Bargara. And it's 8-3 to Jubilee over the Albert after 6 ends. Isn't it amazing? It's the first time all day no one's been standing in front of the scoreboards, Gary.
No, well, we've got all the boards available to us. It's just a matter of the folks
standing in front of
getting
them.
out of the way so we can read them for you.
Coming in there to
now, Robbie's just getting back to what Shirley Cornish was saying. Robbie's been able to angle our mid-green camera across to give you a little bit of action from the girls' match. Now, it's not possible for us to, I don't know, he might be able to give us a split screen again. But anyway, look, we're doing the best we can for you, boys and girls, and let's hope that...
lovely bowl there by Connie Rickson, so she's got a pretty good head there by the looks of things.
I don't know where the jacket's, do you?
Just in there, mate.
In there somewhere.
Just in there, yep.
I know that Jessie's got the white bowls.
She's got the white bowls, that's right. Kira Burke's leading up. And what's how is the Mauritius combination being played, Gary? If you can let the viewers know that. We know Connie's playing.
Certainly.
She's skipping the rink, of course.
Yeah, and her mother is Rose, I believe it is.
Yes, Rose, that's correct.
Sandra Laidlaw is the lead. Rose Rickson is the second. I'm not sure if the spelling's right here. Marianne Coenzel, is it, or Coenzi? Coenzel is the third, and young Connie Rickson is skipping.
Well, as you can see, Chloe Stewart just played a pretty good bowl there by the looks of things.
Well,
they've taken 3 out. I don't know who's got the 3 though, Gary.
I was reading this off the sheet. Now 3, I think they've indicated 3 down.
Pick 4.
Yeah, the Marucci
4
girls.
shots, so there you go. The fight back's on.
There it comes. Here they come, mate.
They're on their way. See, at the moment, Robbie
the moment
flicked over, they've played the big bowls.
That's it. Well, they must have known we were coming.
We knew, eh?
They must have known we were heading over there.
What a great pick-up by the girls. 7-4. Said there's been some... these girls have played some great bowls.
See, and we've also got the Bargara score in the West Toowoomba. That's the bronze. That's the ladies' playoff, isn't it?
That's the ladies' bronze medal
bronze
playoffs.
medal, and the West Toowoomba
9-1.
Girls are leading Bargara 9-1.
Yep.
Hello, go girls. See, that was all you're doing, Shirl.
Yes, you caused that.
Yeah, Robbie's been out there. He said, I've got to look after the girls. We go out there, and I said, Shirley wants to know what you can do, Robbie, and bingo, with a flick of a switch, he's done it. So we'll be hopping from probably, I don't know, one rink to the other. We've got, 4 games. We can't bring you all of them, but...
No, well, unfortunately, the guys are standing in front of one of the cameras anyway, so we're doing the best we can.
We're going to switch it around, but this is where it becomes a bit difficult because the angle of the camera, the bloke thinks he's out of the way, but because we've switched it around, he's now not. Phil Crow says, back to the men's, please.
Hang on, Phil. Hold the horses on. Just hold the horses on.
Put a hold on that one, Bill. You start telling Robbie what to do, you'll soon get the message.
Kira just be a little bit wide with that one.
Well, it's hard to tell, isn't it, because of the men in front there. Now I've gone back to a different view.
Connie, the mother, of course, Connie Rickson.
Yeah.
Of course, Connie and, Rosemary Rickson, I should say.
Rosie, yeah.
So, Rosemary, of course, Connie both represent Malta these days, Gary.
Represent, sorry?
Malta.
Oh, do they?
Yes, they
yeah,
do.
I heard that, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard that. Frankie Bella, one of our male friends, he used to
That's
play
correct.
for Multitude, didn't he?
Certainly did, as we see Jessica just being a little bit long with that one. Not too sure who's got shot there, so pretty hard to tell. I'd say it would probably, looking at those stickers, I'd say it would probably be Maroochydore.
I think Marucci might be holding two here.
By the looks of that, yes.
It's a bit hard to see.
A bit of a turnout, bit of a turnaround on. Yep.
Yeah, well, that could be. That could spell concern. Phil Crow says he wants to watch Max. Coral Hanson, go the Tweed girls and guys. Okay, so Jesse's knocked an opposing bowl into the head there, which probably means there's certainly one down. Could be two.
Diane, the score of the ladies is 7 to Tweed Heads and 4 to Maroochydore. In the gold-silver medal match, it's 9-1 to West Toowoomba over Bargara. In the other ladies' bronze playoff match, and it's 8-3 on the men's bronze playoff match to Jubilee over the Albert. So only early days, but they're the scores, up to date. Gary, I agree wholeheartedly. The Bargara boys, mate, I think they've played some great bowls over the weekend, and of course they can do it. Ellen Jocelyn's watching. G'day, Ellen. I hope that leg of yours is improving, and can't wait to see you back on the bowling green.
Oh, that's a great shot.
Great bowl there by...
well, they were two down.
By Claire Turley.
Yeah, and Claire's, she nearly she got a toucher, but I don't know if she got shot.
Yeah, no, I don't think she'd have shot there, Gary, but she'd only probably be one down now, I assume, so couldn't have played it any better, mate.
Alan Joslin says, go Chloe and team. Well, they're in front at the moment, Alan, but 7-4, I think, is their score, but they're one down here on this head.
Colin Hayes is through feeding his horses, mate. He's back.
Gone out for a bit of track work, I think.
He has, mate. He's back. Hey, Cole, how you going, buddy?
Well, we've got him labelled, haven't we? No escaping that.
Claire, I think, a bit underdone on this one.
Yeah, and I think, she's...
Chloe said one down.
Yeah, that bowl that she knocked up, I think, was... young Kira's, wasn't it?
That just looked not too far, though, mate.
Well, it knocked it up and spun it out of the head.
That's for sure.
So Chloe's indicated one down on her game, on her head there.
Yep.
And we don't know. Tweed Heads in the men. Scores on the top of your screen, leading 10-3.
10-3 after 7 ends. So we see what Chloe can do here in Connie. They've both got ample room to draw a shot, really, Gary.
On the forehand, I think you're talking.
Yep.
Oh, Connie's
maybe not far enough.
Well, I think she knocked Claire Turley's bowl
up, but probably not far enough.
No, more than likely not.
No. So Claire's telling,
yeah,
just play through it.
I think she's wanting a little bit of weight here from Chloe, just to say, well, we take what we can get out of this.
Yes, no, that's for sure.
As long as there's no obvious danger. Well, that's it. It made it no worse.
No, it's no worse. She's still one down.
Yeah.
Still one down, but...
Bree Aroa says, show the boys.
Yeah, Connie just a little bit grass line under there, but weight was pretty good.
Okay, so Chloe's got one bowl left. She's one down. And that might give...
2 down.
No, I don't know about that.
Yep.
Is it?
Yep. Called it 2.
Okay.
And that makes the score very interesting
Well,
now.
now that brings it 7-6, doesn't it?
Certainly does. One shot in it. Ever since Robbie went over to the girls.
Oh, they've jumped out there. Well, they jumped out of trees, haven't they?
They jumped out, mate, haven't they? What?
They've gone from 7-1 to 7-6. And the men are still battling away there. We'll try and bring you something from their game shortly, but we're trying to share it around best we can.
Of course we are, mate. We're trying the best we can.
We can't be favourites all the time. I mean, we originally were scheduled to do the men's game, but if we can give you glimpses of what the ladies are doing, I'm sure that's going to pacify everybody. Now, we've got some camera swing here, but I don't know if we swung far enough. Wouldn't it be great if we could get them both in, wouldn't it?
No, we're not trying to even do that.
No, I know. Well, Robbie, I know that.
No, but we've tried it once, Gary. It doesn't work. You've got to focus on one stream in one game as a rule.
Right. Okay, Robbie has spoken. So Kira's, from what we can see, Sean Lovely shot there. Although past behind she is.
Yeah, been some good comments there. So we see a couple of good bowls there for the starting, building the head once again, Gary. Tell you what, Connie's interested in this one. Why wouldn't she be?
Yeah, that's Sandra Laidlaw.
Played it very well, didn't she?
Yeah, she's ended up just short of Jack, I think.
Yep.
Now, Kira's one of our young lady Queensland superstars, and she's headed for big, big things.
Yep.
And when you see shots like that, you can understand why. She's got
Yeah, we're giving Robbie a pie, Russell. She's right.
superstar written all over her.
Certainly has, that's for sure, mate.
We've all had one today. He's starting to bloody rub off on us a bit, isn't he?
Yes. Yep, so much for our healthy meal today, mate.
He's an influential bugger, isn't he?
He is. Yep, we've all got a pie today.
Okay, now here's Jess coming in, playing the backhand. I don't know who's got shot there. It's too hard to tell from where we're sitting, and Jessie's not very happy with that. She's waving her arms around like a maypole dancer.
Well and truly short and wide, mate, so yep.
Short and narrow. Apart from that, it's not a bad bowl, Brian.
Bad bowl, yeah. That's for sure. It's leaving too far out to be knocked up too, Gary.
Well, that front bowl of Sandra Laidlaw is clearly the shot, I would think.
Yep.
Okay, so here comes Jessie.
Her second bowl.
He would have corrected with her on her first. She's going to land that back one, so
Yep. Good bowl there.
that's all good news.
Gone to a very good home. That's for sure.
Yeah. Here comes Rose. And she's going to be a little bit underneath it all. Okay, so Claire Turley will be looking to try and dead draw this, or perhaps just a little
trail, I
movement of
think.
the jack.
Little trail would be handy.
And Chloe's gone down and had a decent look at this. Is Claire Bear up? Maybe
Not quite. Not quite. Beautiful line though she had there though, Gary. It's absolutely magnificent line.
He did. So Rosie Rickson is trying to improve on her first bowl, which is about a metre short. And I think she's certainly got better weight. But what will happen now is left to the gods. They've still got one, I think. Oh, now Chloe she's done the two-handed platform. She's not too sure.
Yeah, she's having a bit of a look, so.
Yeah, she's not real certain.
Claire's just really still got to just arrive just around that front bowl though,
Well,
Gary.
she has.
That's
She played an excellent shot with her first one. She just didn't quite have another foot of weight, but It's got better weight this time, but she's left it out there.
Yeah, a bit quick, mate. Bit quick.
Okay.
Bit quick. So we'll see what the two skips can do. Connie having a real good look.
Now on the men's, we haven't had any update on the. I'll see if
8-4 on the bronze medal match between Jubilee and the Albert.
I don't know what's happened there on the men's. I'm trying to look out the side door, but the boys are clapping, and I think that Turles might have been down, but he just converted, but we don't know what the.
Anyway, not to worry about that one. We'll worry about this one.
What?
We see Connie trying to draw this shot. We see Bargara looks like he's picked up a few shots in the bronze medal ladies match. We see a bad looking bowl there by Connie. Just going to sit inside. No, she just touched Jessica's bowl there, Gary, and just ran off to the side slightly.
So the original indication from the skips was that folks, the ladies didn't quite know who had the shot. They were both humming and hawing a bit.
3 bowls to play. There's only 3 bowls to play.
So Chloe is coming down. What's she doing? Playing her backhand, is she?
Looks to be set up that way, Gary, that's for sure.
Yes, she is. She's played her backhand. She's got a lovely line. Is she coming back enough?
Tell you what, she played this pretty well, mate.
Oh, she has. She's played a bomb here. Now, if that falls in...
Well, I don't think it has to. Claire's already put the finger up, mate.
I think so, yeah.
She's got the finger up for one.
That's a lovely shot, Chloe.
No, that's for sure.
That's what you come to expect from such a wonderful young lady player. Now, Connie's... You're not going to leave us guessing here. If she run into something in the front, if she has.
Yeah, no, just a little bit long, I think, mate. Great try, great attempt, though.
Both giving her a clap, but I think she's a little bit wide of the target. Now, Chloe's getting prepared to play the similar shot again. She's leaning to the right, which might make me think she's a bit wide.
No, Claire's interested in it.
She's getting more interest as it goes on. But, yeah, the girls have given her a double helicopter.
Yep.
Well, now that makes it. She might have got another one there, which makes it 2.
Looked as though 3 fingers went up from Claire, but here we are, gone back over to the men's again. So,
okay,
mate, you got no chance whatsoever, my friend, of watching the Albert game, mate. We can do the first 2 rinks, mate. We can't do 3 and 4, mate. Sorry about that.
We're under the control of the directors.
Yes.
Now we're back with the men here at the present moment, and Jack Davies from Bargara has
a couple of good bowls there by Jack once again, mate. You know,
holding 2, but Maxie Jaffray not to be denied.
Yeah.
Have a look at this.
Just snake away and
well done, says Turles. That'll be good enough for shot.
Good enough for shot. Yeah, that's a lovely
but
bowl
that's
there.
That's the sort of thing. Maxie can break your heart, can't he?
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, it was 3 shots there to Chloe Stewart, because the score there now indicates it's 10-6.
Gary Taylor says thank you. Well, Gaz, we're trying to please everybody.
Yeah, mate.
Trying to please everybody. We're not going to favour anyone.
No, that's for sure. And it's 9-3 to the West Toowoomba team over the Bargara team at this stage.
Yeah, I'll just, we got the binos. I'll just see if we can... Don't want your phone. I'm just trying to see whether
It's 10-4, mate, on 8 ends over...
Okay, so, well, they all clapped Turles' last bowl there, but he must have been down a few because they only went down one apparently.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's 10-4 there. Tweed boys are leading Bargara 10-4.
Yes, and it's also 10-4 in the bronze medal match too, though, Gary, between Jubilee and the Albert.
Righto. Now... Kelvin, I was too busy watching the binoculars there, and Kelvin Kerkow has drawn the shot.
Yeah.
He's gone in Special K Grimace here, so I don't know that he likes this all that much. Well, he might change his mind in a minute. Oh, well, he's done pretty well. He's probably not what he was looking for, but
he's changed the head, though, Gary.
Well, he has, and he's trained. Well, if you're going to play with a little bit extra weight, and he don't
mate.
sometimes mean to.
Yeah, mate.
He's trailed it straight back to Maxie Jaffray's bowl.
So no, it's always good to change the head round at times, though, mate, isn't it? You know.
Oh well, yeah, depends. Depends on how the opposition are playing. If they're not playing too well, you don't want to change anything. You just keep doing what you want to do.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do, Shirley. A bit of each game, love. Keep everybody happy. G'day, Gary. Nice bowl, Bargara, ever so true. And Sue McKenzie's back on board. Gary?
Oh, geez, love to.
Yeah, lovely lady, mate.
Brownie's been called to play his backhand here, so he's just going to try and...
Yep.
He's going to try and reach Maxie's shot bowl.
Shot bowl.
And who knows, he might be able to bounce off Kelvin's. And here he comes.
Here he comes
can't
now.
see because Tells it in the way.
No, just
he's
a bit wide.
He's played a lovely shot here. He got the run in his leg.
Just a bit wide.
What a great try.
Needed just another couple of feet there, Gary. So.
He did.
But,
he didn't need too much weight because he happened to get on the kitty where Jack's bowl, where Maxie's bowl is.
Yeah,
he could spring it out a bit.
Yeah, it's true too, mate.
He could spring it out to that wing bowl, the blue one, Jack High.
Yep.
He doesn't want to do that.
See a bit of cloud cover coming over again, Gary, which is just going to change the green again slightly, mate. You know
Well,
what
it will do, but there's certainly no rain up there, is there?
You got that right, mate.
You wouldn't think.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes Matty. Matty Tonkin, the local police officer up there, apparently. Round the district. Now, Brownie's been asked to change his hand. He's asking if he can find that little gap and see if he can sit that other wing bowl, the blue bowl, out of the head. And he's got lovely weight, but he's just going to get wrecked on Kel's bowl, which is not so bad. Now, Nicky Carl will be looking at this and he'd say, well, what am I going to do here, boys? What do you recommend? Are they discussing it? Yes, they are, which I think is a damn good thing to do because certain shots can be played by certain people and they're all discussing what might happen and what Nick will make the final decision, of course. But it's good camaraderie between any team, especially in fours where you got different opinions that might not necessarily count. But it's nice to know that Nick has got the confidence in his team to at least ask what they might suggest he try.
I think we're seeing a lot of that this day and age, though, Gary, where a lot of the players who have been playing juniors are all of a sudden, they're maturing, and they're maturing a lot earlier.
Well, it happens more and more and more in this current age of lawn bowls than what it ever did before, because the belief was that you be up and shut up.
Yeah, well, that's true too.
The older
tell you what, he's not far away from this.
The older generation of bowlers would...
Yeah,
the skip was he was in charge of everything, wasn't he?
Yeah,
like Robbie
absolutely.
Allen sitting here.
Oh, same thing.
They hold sway, and what I say goes. Those
days are
That's
over.
the opinion of well, a lot of the older folk.
Yep.
But that to me, I'm so pleased that has actually altered a bit in my.
Well, see, that's one reason.
Time.
That's one reason it didn't worry me, not being a skip and being told what to do all the time, because I'm married.
If you get told what to do at home, that's why I started playing bowls. then I became a lead, and the skipper said to he started telling me what to do. I said, you're the same as my missus. I'm going to take up knitting.
There we can all have a bit of fun, Gary.
Well, see, Nick, he hasn't played anywhere near the sort of shot that he
Sometimes
would have needed.
Sometimes you can get yourself into two minds, can't you? You know what I mean?
Well, I just admire the way that the younger ones today, more than they ever used to, more than the bowlers ever used to, are prepared to gather around the head and discuss what may or may not happen. You know what I mean?
Yes, ever so true.
And I think it's a trust in the team that you've got underneath you or with you or whatever the case may be. But the skip will always make the final decision because he's the one who's got to make something out of it. If you're down.
Roger Webb, I can assure you this, that tuning in from Christchurch, surprised Robbie's not playing in the North East Valley singles in Dunedin alongside Ryan Bester and the other stars. Well, unfortunately, mate, Robbie was too busy away getting man of the series accolades down in Edelong, so he couldn't be over there.
And then the way his football team's going, he was very keen to go over there and see if he could help them out to beat England.
Mate, I'm telling you, g'day Shillo, how are you? Ron, how are you? Hope you're enjoying the telecast. Really good. It's always good to have Roger Webb on board, that's for sure. So Gary saying, encouraging his team. Russell's back on board, and Margaret, how are you, Margaret?
And
Beverly, Gary Taylor, Aileen. So it's got some good viewers here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So keep sharing it if you can get it out there, please. It'd be wonderful to get it out.
And Gary Taylor said, come on, Jack Davies. Well, we've given him a decent rev. Gary, I can assure you of that. He's played extremely well. I don't know that he'd be real happy with this one, but
he has played great bowls,
over the last 2 days, well, yesterday and today, he's really done extremely well.
He certainly has. He certainly has, mate. He's
Tweedhead's got one on the previous end, and Maxie's given him a good start here. He's
nice,
got a couple.
lovely bowl there too by Max once again.
Jaffray.
Yeah, no, I can hear that one, Roger. I was waiting for that one. Roger's not talking rugby anymore, Robbie.
No, well, I don't know.
Neither's Robbie. Robbie said doesn't follow rugby anymore.
But I never heard a bloke swear so much watching that match last night.
Mate, I tell you what, if you blokes had a fire in your room last night, I reckon Robbie's tears would have put the fire out
mate,
anyway.
Well, we had to get we had to get a pump in to get the water out. And there, Gary Taylor, I'll come back to you for a moment, but that's just an indication of what young Jack has been able to do when he hasn't played his very first bowl very well. He's always been able to come back with some sort of response, and he's done that for 2 days.
He definitely has. He's played. He's always corrected nicely. Russell says it's beer time, drink time. Russell Hindover, he's one of our directors on Gold Coast Tweed District Bowling Association.
Okay.
He says it's drink time over here. Well, mate, if I was in New Zealand, I would have started drinking about 4 hours ago, Russell.
Yeah. I'm not sure who's got shot here.
I think it's Max's front bowl there,
think
Bollocks.
so?
I think it is. And see Kelvin just... I think you just try and sit this bowl there.
Well, either that or he draws it neat, doesn't he?
Yes, Barbara Green, you got that right. David Baker says, cheers, Russell. Oh,
that's unlike Cal, isn't it?
Kelvin.
But then that's unlike the three of them. You have a look at the 3 bowls there. They've got to be 5 or 6 feet short. And there's one each there so far. Well, that's an unusual situation. You haven't seen that too often, have you?
No, that's for sure. As we see, Rob, he's played this pretty well by the looks of things.
Is he going to hit Max's bowl up? He is. Well, that definitely is shot now.
That's got to be shot there, that's for sure.
He's just a bit unlucky there, isn't he?
Yeah, that's for sure.
He's getting all these people interested in the bleeding rugby union. They're coming in from everywhere, yeah.
It's good fun. Love working with Gary. It's always good fun when you work with Gary. I can assure you of that. Never a dull moment.
Vladimir Putin's just come in and said, I'm a New Zealand supporter. Get on with the bowls. But he said, no, they followed the rugby over in Russia.
Russia? Mate, they love their rugby, mate.
Do they?
They do.
Well, I never knew that.
Yeah.
He said, bugger the rugby, get on with the bowls.
So anyway, Matt's coming down, trying to draw another shot. He sits his back bowl. I think he's going to be a little bit too heavy, though, with this one by the looks of it.
Yeah, well, Percy, what's his name? Pershouse, he drew the shot. He drew the shot.
He certainly did, mate.
So Brownie's got some talking to do here. He's not
just
going to let
pulled
that
up a little bit short. I think this bowl here looks to be, depending what line.
Well, he's got the weight to do something. Don't you worry about that. Bang, whoops, where she goes. No, and have a look at that. Kurt Brown.
Straight in the belly.
Now, I don't know whether...
Well, he didn't go in the ditch, though.
Well, didn't he? No, but he's only a foot short of the jack. Put 0.2 or something. Now, I don't know whether Turl's called him to play that weight, did he?
I didn't think. Well, Turl's told him to play through the head. So
Okay,
I don't
right.
think he wanted that type of weight.
Well,
but Kurt played the weight that he thought that he could get under to get the kitty.
He did too, and the bowl's gone off camera, and I'm looking through the side door.
Yes.
And he's gone in the drink. This is getting harder. I'm looking through the side door 6 feet away. See what happened.
There we go. Look at that.
Mate.
Robbie's got it back on screen again now. We can see things. So you can see Kurt's bowl there. It ran through with it. So it was.
Yeah, he did. And he's only about 18 inches short from where I'm looking.
Yep.
So that looks a lot more than 18 inches on the screen, doesn't it?
Certainly does.
But looking out through the side door.
Just watching a bowl there by Justin Criblin, mate. What a magnificent bowl on that other rink.
Yahoo going on in the rink next door.
Oh, that's for sure. As we see.
Now, what's
Wayne
happened?
Turley's played his bowl.
Delivered, and we got to look out through the side door, and he's dropped.
Here it comes. He just dropped
He
a little
dropped
bit short.
but I think he's in the count there because.
Definitely be in the count there, mate. That's for sure. But Nick's got ample room, and you wouldn't write Nick off.
Oh, mate, no way.
I'm sure Nick will be very close to this.
Now, I can't. Oh, yes, we can. We're back on vision here. So, Nick, what's he going to do? Is he going to miss this?
He's just around it.
No, he's not.
Oh, what a great try, though, eh?
You call him too early.
What a great try.
You've gone the early crow again.
Oh, mate, that was a wonderful try, though, Gary.
Well, Tweed boys are holding one, and Turls has got. He's let his go. Now, what's he done? If he gets past all this, he's going to count, and he's passed it. Now he's just got to stop.
Oh, what a great bowl. That's a great bowl, isn't it?
Now, that's fantastic. I'm looking out the side door, and he's only 3 inches behind it. Okay, so Nick's got one to go, and here he comes with his eye hanging out. Now, what's he done? He's too quick, whatever happens. Bang, crack.
Oh, well, he took one out.
He got one out.
He got one out. That's a great result
He's got Turl's back bowl out.
Yeah, that's a great try. Two great bowls by two very accomplished skips there, Gary, quite realistically.
A bit of a dangerous shot when you've only got one in the head, though, isn't it?
Yeah, very dangerous.
He whips his own yellow bowl and cuts it out.
Yep.
He would have been 3 down. But anyway, he only dropped one. Yep. So that's 12-3 to the Tweed Heads fellows.
Yep.
And
no, there's people standing in front of the boards everywhere at the moment, Gary.
Well, they are, but I can see that the Tweed Heads ladies are leading 10. They're on 10 ends, I can assure you of that.
Definitely on 10 ends, mate.
And I'm seeing if I can't.
It's 11-5 to Jubilee over the Albert.
Yep.
It's 10-3 to West Toowoomba over Bargara.
Okay.
And it's 10 to some Maroochydore lady standing in front of the scoreboard. I think it could be 7.
Well,
it's
Sandy. Sandy's in the way.
Yeah, 10-7.
10-7, is she going to move? Yes, it is 10-7. And the state of the head through the binoculars is just completely... Looks like a packet of M&Ms have been spilt on the green.
See a beautiful start there by Max Jaffray there.
No idea where the jack is.
Jackson, tell you what, he's played this pretty well too. He got the run in. Yeah, great bowl.
That's another great shot from that young man we've been heralding for the last couple of days, young Jack Davies.
That's for sure.
So here comes Max. And he's got an absolute wonderful bowl here.
G'day, Bree. How are you?
Bang, bang.
Kurt's played very well this weekend, Bree. I'll tell you that right now. He's done well. Nice bowl, says Gary Taylor. And Maxine. Yeah, that's true. Alan Vida. How are you, Alan? Good to have you on board, my friend.
Greg Bostock's come back with us.
Bozzie's on board, mate. And, Christine. G'day, Christine. Come on, Maroochydore, she says. Well, I'll tell you what, mate, the girls are in it. They're going well. Linda Moorish, how are you, Linda? Good to have you on board.
Now, look at what's happened here. Now, look at that.
What a great head, mate.
Have a look at that. Now, there's 4 of the best lead bowls you've ever seen in your life.
Mate, they're 4 colossal bowls. Look at that.
And Maxie can't believe it. He's 2 down.
2 down, he's 6 inches away.
There's going to be a punch up here in a minute. And look at Kelvin. Kelvin said, I'm not having anything of this.
He got shot out of it too.
Bloody hell.
It's a tough school out there, Gary.
Oh, mate.
Hey?
Have a look at that. Fancy only been 8 inches away and being 5th shot.
Yeah, no, never so true, Gary. It is brilliant leading. Hey, Jackie Harrison, how are you? And Gary Taylor, keep the comments coming through. Hey, always good to have you on board, Alan. So we see...
There's Cal coming down again. I think he's chucked this one a bit wide, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think he's tried to stay away from it, I reckon.
Well, I don't know. I think he's probably got shot, hasn't he? They were too.
Well, they have got shot. Wayne did indicate that he had shot.
Well,
mate.
Max had shot, and then all of a sudden, Jack's coming, and he's ended up with 2.
Yep.
And Kelvin said, well, I'm not having enough of any of that. And he's come in and got the shot.
Yep, I've got Rob coming down this one too. He's not going to be far away neither. Just a little bit long, I think, mate.
His first bowl went out of screen here.
Yep.
But his second one's a much improved shot. And
yeah, great bowl, mate.
look at that.
Not a bad head, is it, eh?
Sooner or later, somebody's going to throw a concrete mixture at this. I don't know what it's going to be. I think it might be Matt. Whoever's down.
As we see Kurt coming down now too. He's got a good line for this too, as Kurt. Looking very good. Look at this for a bowl.
If he trails to Jack, and he's done it.
He's probably down.
No, Charles has had 1.
Got 1.
Now, I don't know whether it's Curdy's bowl that came through for shot or whether he tipped it far enough back for Max.
Mate, what a magnificent head, though,
Have
Gary.
a look at that.
7 bowls, all within 6 inches, really, aren't they?
I mean, Kelvin's got to be feeling pretty bloody ordinary. Have a look at his bowl at the back. He's got to be saying, what's wrong with me?
Yeah, what about me?
Have a look at them all.
Hey?
I mean, if you were McGilla Gorilla, you could pick all them up in one hand, couldn't you?
Yeah, mate. A little bit quick there by Matt.
Yeah,
a little bit quick. Doesn't really want that type of weight.
Well, yeah, I think that's the sort of weight he needed. He just needed to be a bit tighter. He gets onto the Kelvin's bowl. He probably knuckles Max's out of the head too. Who knows? And Brownie's come down. He's going to have a look at this too, because he's not that far away, is he?
Mate, I tell you, he's played this pretty well. Probably just a bit long, that's all, but his grass line's absolutely spot on.
Yep.
Not a bad bowl there.
Well,
I think it'd be a good one to stay away from.
Nick, he's not going to let us die wondering, because he's called a bit of weight onto the head again.
Well, he's given himself a chance, mate. He's calling something where he thinks he can
Right,
convert.
now he's got a better line with this one, and good on you, Nicholas. Get out of the bloody way.
Nick's happy with this one, by the looks of it.
Well, he got a better line on it too, and what's he done? Can we see? Oh, what a marvellous shot!
Oh, he's probably 2 down.
Kitty's gone sideways.
He's probably 2 down.
No, well, he is.
2
That's
shots there.
very unlucky, isn't it?
And that's what happens when you go away with Robbie Allen for 4 or 5 days. So that you just seem to get the same amount of luck as what he has. You notice that?
No. But you're talking about going away with having luck. I found out I was rooming with him. I said, how much bad luck could you have? That's what you about having luck. Holy smoke, my luck ran out when they said you're both in the one room. No, he's all right, especially when he cried all night.
Yeah, mate, the All Blacks, he'll get over it in another couple of years.
Yeah. Well, there comes Tells, and what's he got to do with this one? I think he's played a pretty decent bowl. He hasn't.
Mate, he's got 4 years.
But he's got all the bowls behind.
He's got 4 years to get over that loss, you know, mate. Another World Cup in 4 years' time, Gary.
Oh,
4 years and 1 week, mate.
You forget about it, mate.
Yeah, of course he will. Kane Nelson, g'day, Kane. How are you?
Hello.
Jeanette Harrison, how are you?
We're back. Now, what's Nick thinking here, everybody? Can somebody give me an indication? Is he just trying to cut the score down by draw?
Well, I think he might be trying to play onto
see,
Kelvin's front bowl.
Well, he's got nothing behind here, has he?
Well, he's about to have a few now.
No, he hasn't. See, those 2 back bowls, one's Kelvin's, one's Brownie's. So
But now, Nick has got one right on the edge of the ditch.
Yeah, he's kept his... No.
Yep. Trust me, he has. And just for an update with the Maroochydore girls playing Tweed Heads, it's Tweed Heads 12, Maroochydore 7. It's
Yeah, there you go. 11 something over there. Now, Wayne Turley has played his bowl again, and I believe he's taken an amount of weight off, which is what he needed to do. Is he going to get back enough? Brownie's bending over, having a decent look, and he's given some applause. We're not sure. No, he didn't make it. Now, Nick's got some
backward there. He has got some backward there.
Yeah. Okay, we've seen that. That's all right. Well, he's gone bang and done nothing. He's got to be pretty disappointed. He wasn't that far away from what he was trying to get. But it's 2 more to the Tweed Heads, gentlemen, and after 11 ends, it's now 14-4.
Just think the Gary, as we've been saying all weekend, that these started at club level. And
yep.
How long's it been since some of these teams have been beaten, mate?
Well, we've discussed it on previous occasions, Brian, and we imagine a lot of these guys and girls have won their club championships very much earlier in the year, January, February, March, maybe.
Yeah.
And here we are, October, after they've worked their way through the district program and the zone program and continued to win, and have arrived here to play off for the state championships. There's a fantastic shot from Maxwell.
Oh, beautiful first up lead. Yeah, it'd be months since they've been beaten, mate.
It's probably, 8 months, isn't it? Because possibly, we're not too sure when they played their club championships.
Yeah, it'd be a fair
But
while
anything up to 8 months.
Since they've been beaten, mate.
And here they are. They've won. They've never lost a game, have they? Any one of them. Up until yesterday.
Yeah. No, absolutely amazing effort, didn't it, by them? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
Now, Jack Davies has played an uncharacteristic bowl there because he hasn't dropped that short all that often. But one thing I've noticed about this young man, he has an incredible ability to correct.
Oh, absolutely, Gary. I couldn't agree more. As I said, he's impressed me over the last 2 days. I think he's played some great bowls.
I would put good money on this. He might not draw the shot, but I'll guarantee you that he finishes considerably closer than he doesn't like it. Well, I've just done my truckload, haven't I?
Yes, same weight, mate, unfortunately.
I've mozzed him.
Yes,
I've mozzed him.
You did.
Commentator's curse. Call it?
Commentator's curse, mate.
Well,
as soon as you talk someone up, mate.
I would have put good money on that, and that's. I mean, this kid's impressed me greatly during the course of his program over here. What we've seen, but that to me is mind-boggling because he hasn't done that all.
That's probably the worst 2 bowls he's played all weekend. Mate,
I have no doubt about it.
So, mate, it's just one of those things. But
just say nothing.
But that's it. You just, of course, you just get over it and wait for the next end, mate, don't you?
That's all you can do.
That's all you can do. So anyway, we see.
In the meantime, Tweed boys are holding 3, and Rob, don't tell me he's dropped a bit short as well.
He has too.
Goodness gracious me, it's all falling apart here for the boys, isn't it?
Mate, not quite.
No, not quite, but
they'll be back.
Crikey, they wouldn't want to.
Still only the 12th end. There's still plenty of ends to go, mate. That's for sure. So, absolutely see Cole there just delivering his bowl.
Tippy-toed off the mat, didn't he? It's that typical now. He's waved his away too.
Yeah, commentator's curse. You got that one right.
I never said anything about him.
He's playing very well. He has.
Oh, good grief.
As Kelvin, of course, is short and narrow there too. So there you go, mate.
Oh no, well, there's something happened here. I think the green slowed up a bit because of the cloud cover.
Oh God, mate, now he's starting to sound like a typical bowler. Yeah. They're just not chucking him hard enough, Gary.
Now Rob Pershouse, where's he? He's gone
round the back.
He's gone by the Cape.
Yes,
he said everyone's dropping short. It's not going to be me.
What about me?
He shot one through the back of the head. Now, what's Brownie? Is he going to fall into line with somebody?
He's got a good line, mate. He's got a good line on this.
Mate, I don't know if he's here either.
No.
Oh, well, they've all done the same thing on the same end. How often do you see that happen?
Very rarely, my friend.
Yeah. There's Matty. And he's saying, well, I'm not going to fall for that trick. I'm going to get the shot here, or at least get very close. And I think he's going to run through a wee bit, but
that's a good bowl.
Well,
there.
that's crikey, a good bowl. That's still a bit too far through.
A bit far through, but
I still think they're 3 down, but
I think they are too, Gary.
Brownie's got an opportunity to really stoke this one up a bit.
He has. He doesn't want to leave it too wide, though, something for young Nick to use. You know?
Well, he wouldn't be trying to do that, but he's got a good shot here.
Got a great bowl here. He definitely has. Yes, beautiful bowl there.
Yeah, well, that's a cracker, isn't it? Now,
it really is.
I think they're 4 down.
It looks that way, doesn't it? I'd call it as 4 down at this stage, Gary, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But Matt, of course, got plenty of room to probably get second shot there.
Well,
really.
He has.
He's could be a bit wide with this one, though, but it's starting to work now. Look at this wind, just starting to bring it in. Nick seems to like it.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you like it?
Cut down the damage, didn't he?
Yeah, definitely cut the damage down, mate.
Well, you wouldn't have expected that they were going to hang on to those 4, surely.
No, that's for sure.
I mean, I'm not criticising the bowlers. I'm just saying that the opposition had to get closer than what they had.
Yeah, no, it was so true, my
So
friend.
the Tweed boys look to me to be holding 2.
Mm-hmm.
And Turles will be trying to just poke that jack out of his eye a bit, I would think, and trying to draw on the forehand. He's got the option of playing the other hand if he wants to. Here he comes, and his line looks wonderful.
His line looks really good, Gary.
Just he needs to push a bit further. And he's ended up jack level.
Well, it counts according to Kurt.
According to Kurt, he's put the 3 fingers
Put the
up.
3 fingers up.
Nicky's, what's he done? He looks to be on a bit of a tighter line. If he goes through the gap and doesn't hit anything, he's in stripe.
Oh, gee whiz.
Which is what he's done. He's not in, so he's no worse off, is he? 3, probably 2, certainly 2. Could be 3, I think.
Looks as though Kurt's called it as 3, so
this was the option that he had with his first bowl. He'd like to play the forehand, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
But now Kurt has suggested, and wisely so.
And Kurt's very interested in this one.
Well, he's played a terrific bowl, I'm telling you now. If he gets onto his own, it's good, or if he gets under it, it's better. And he's now made 4.
Yeah, that's a great bowl.
Yeah, and the beanie came off. You always know you've done all right then, don't we?
That's for sure,
you
mate.
know, hat comes
Tell
off.
you what, young Nick's got a good line on this one, though, mate.
Yep. He needs a decent.
Oh,
we'll see.
He just knocked his zone out there, so that'd probably still be 4 though.
4 shots, I would think.
Yeah, unlucky there, Nick. He just got the edge of that bowl. He just had to get it a bit flatter, didn't he? It would have been sit and stay there, Gary.
We need to get well, you
very unlucky.
Need to hang around, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's bowls, isn't it? It's like sometimes they come off, mate, and other times, you just get the wrong wick. I mean, we can't all play the perfect game like Robbie does all the time, mate, and come back with trophies for winning all these things, eh? Mate, one thing I had to ask you though, I know you ruined with Robbie last night, mate. Were his medals jingling in the middle of the night, mate? Did he,
Well, no, but he did get a phone call about 4:20 from a...
Did he?
Yeah, from an inebriated friend from the Gold Coast.
Ah, yes.
No names.
We won't mention any names here, my friend, but I know who you're talking about.
He said he apparently... Well, we both woke up.
Yes, so, Robbie told me about he had a phone call from a person that's going to be here a bit later.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, we'll leave that one out. We're not going to put him down. We're not going to put him in.
No, we're not going to label anybody.
No.
But he was talking Arabic on the phone.
Was he? Yeah, Shirley, we'll go over very shortly. We'll try and zoom in on a couple of ends for you.
Now, here comes Jack, and he'll be much happier with this attempt because after the last end he would have been...
Okay, give me the ladies' score. Okay, the ladies' score is 12 to Tweed Heads and 8 to Maroochydore, and it's 18 to 3 to West Toowoomba over Bargara. And of course, the skips on The bronze medal match, of course, is standing right in front of the scoreboard, and why wouldn't they? Because they've been there for the last 2 days. 12-6 to Jubilee in the bronze medal playoff match.
Jubilee over the Albert.
Yep, and it's 18-4 now by Tweed Heads over Bargara, which is on the board anyway. And see a lovely lead bowl there once again by young Jack. And again, he's got this one here very well pointed once again, Gary.
Yes, he has. Max has tried to outdraw him, just left it a bit wide, but Jack said, no, you're not going to get me this time, Maxwell.
Yep.
And he's come down and gone whack over, and he's got 2.
He's got 2 there, yeah. 2
well,
good
that's
bowls.
much improved on his last 2.
Well,
I don't want to keep harping on that because
he's played so well.
Kid's played brilliantly, but he mucked those 2 up, didn't he?
Yep.
Now, Kel's come in and he's going to knock Maxie's bowl over. It's still 2 down, I
Still
believe.
2 down, mate. Yeah, it'll still be 2 down there.
But there's no need, like this has got to the point where there's still plenty of ends to go, but there's no need to panic, is there, from the Tweed point of view?
No, that's for sure. We see just on the girls' rink there, they've kicked 3 out, 4 out, 5 out.
There's another great shot there from Rob Pershouse.
Oh, Rob's played very well this
He
weekend,
has.
mate.
He has indeed.
I mean, you see the score at 18-4 and you think, geez, these guys aren't doing much, are they? But mate,
Yeah,
they're not playing badly, though, Gary, are they?
Unfortunately, his good lady, who was, now the girls in Tweed have got 3 or 4 there.
They've got 5.
Oh, have they?
Claire
really?
just put her hand up. She had a great bowl here by
that's
Kelvin.
Kel now. He's
Second
cut the
shot.
score down from 3 to down to 1.
Yep.
But the interesting thing is we've got the 2 Turleys playing for medals.
Side by side, mate. Yes.
And we've got the 2 Persehouses
Playing for medals. Isn't it great
medals.
to see?
Oh, well, it's family bragging rights at stake here.
Yes. Yeah, it definitely is, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, and then, of course, Rob's playing in this game we're watching here now.
Yep.
And his wife, Adele, is playing for Bargara, they've just grabbed a 3, have they? Okay, so there's that. Can you read? There's a 10-6 now.
Where's that, mate?
The bronze medal playoff for the ladies.
For the ladies is 18-3.
Oh, 18-3, goodness.
18-3.
10,
no, it's 18, mate.
well, it's 18-6 now.
And also to the 18-6 it is now.
18-6. So,
and on the ladies, also in the gold medal match, it's now 17-8 to Tweed Heads.
17-8. Okay,
They just picked up 5, so.
So both the Turleys are going to be looking pretty good at the moment because they're both in winning combinations.
Yeah.
And the Persehouses are sort of in the opposite side, aren't they?
Well, mate, even, you've got to take your hat off to this. When you work out how many clubs there are in Australia and where this competition started and how many teams entered, mate, I'd be happy with a silver medal. I'd be trying my heart out for the gold, but
of course you would.
You'd be happy with the silver, mate.
Yeah, and Adele's in there, Rob's wife, and she's fighting as hard as she can to come home with the bronze medal.
Well, yes, but unfortunately she's a little bit down at the moment. But
she's down. We just grabbed 3 to make it 18-6, but still a long way off the lead.
Still a long way. Still a game you could win there. It's only on the 12th end. They've just finished 12 ends.
Okay.
So, as we can see,
now
it's not a bad bowl there by Curtin either, is it?
Oh, well, he's got the shot, hasn't he?
Yep.
I've always liked the way Brownie plays, don't you?
He's, mate, you never want to play cards against Kurt.
No.
He doesn't give much away, does he?
No. Well, one thing I've noticed...
Great bowl here, though.
Great shot.
Great bowl.
One thing I've noticed more about Brownie than anything else is that when I first met him, I played in a district, a state single, mixed pairs at Bribey Island against him, and he won the section that we were in. He went on to win the final. And I congratulated him, and I've liked him ever since. But he was a very cantankerous young man when he was back 10 years ago.
Oh, I think most of them have matured nicely. They Gary,
well,
haven't
that's
they?
about what I'm about to say.
They really have.
He used to get so cranky with himself more than anything.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
That he used to put himself off his own game, and he's very much the same as young Sean Ingham. But the two boys
have matured.
in their, not necessarily their attitude to the game, but the way in which they have applied themselves to improve their own persona. You know what I mean?
That's ever so true, mate.
Because sometimes, like, you play a crook bowl and you get really dirty with yourself.
But that's bowls, mate, isn't it?
Which affects you even more for the bowls upcoming.
Yeah.
You've just got to wipe your brow and say, well, listen, I've played a crap shot here.
That's it. Get over it.
Let's move on.
Toughen up, Princess, and get over it.
Exactly. And this is the point I'm trying to make about the two guys I've just mentioned, young Sean. And I have no criticism. Not a criticism. It's just the fact that I've noticed with the two of them that their attitude and their own ability to calm down their own emotions.
That's correct.
Is improved out of sight. And you know what's happened once they've done that? They've both become much, much better players.
Oh, they definitely have, mate. They have. Like Kurt, I think, is one of the finest. And
I don't disagree with you.
Nugget's got the runs on the board too, mate. You know what I mean?
They both have.
You know,
they both have.
See, Nick just trying to outdraw Wayne's bowl here. I tell you, he's got a good line. How's his weight? He's looking pretty good.
No, he's got a wonderful bowl here. If he's just going to stop in time, he doesn't need to. He's got the jack, has he?
What a great bowl,
that's
Nick.
a wonderful shot. Well done, Nicholas.
And one thing too, which I think, like just saying about persona and people, like, I mean, Nick Cahill has lived and breathed Kurt Brown all his life.
Has he really?
You know, like, I mean, they come up in the Bundaberg region.
Yep.
Nick played a lot of bowls with young Nick, and
Nick,
a lot of things. And here he is playing against one of his
old mentors.
Mentors, you know. I mean, it must be very hard for him to. And look at the calibre of the person just played a beautiful bowl like that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Well, see, I never. Well, Nick's still only very young, and I never knew Brownie when he was 17 either. But so I don't know how Nick approaches his own game and how he feels about himself on the green, whether he gets dirty on himself or what. So I haven't known him long enough to know that. All I can assure you is that he's got enormous potential.
Oh, hasn't he?
And not just he's got ability too, not just for what he's won, but for where his future lies.
Oh, that's ever so true. But you look at some of the great champions who have played here. You know, this whole week really, though. You know, you've got. We're just going to duck over the ladies for a couple of ends. We're going to see. Just the scoreboard, yeah. Well, there it is there.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
18-6, 17-8.
17-8, the ladies are leading.
Yep.
That's the Tweed girls over Maroochydore, and they've played 13 ends.
Yeah.
And the other scoreboard we can see there is the West Toowoomba girls who are leading 18-6 over Bargara.
But you go through some of the younger generation bowlers are going to see Queensland through for a great number of years, and we're, talking about young Ty from Leichhardt, just had a very successful under-18 tour, and of course you had people like the Savage boys from out of Dalby, absolutely fantastic young players who I think both of them had representation, in my opinion, in the under-25 region, under-18 region come through, and mate, the amount of wealth of talent we have in this country at the moment, like, I mean, with young Kira Burke, it's going to be name's going to be hanging around for a while.
Well,
we've got young Jessica, and you look over the other ladies. Unfortunately, Connie is unfortunately playing with Malta, so she can't represent Queensland or Australia, which is a shame because.
Well, I think she's got dual citizenship.
A great young player, you know what I mean? So I mean. People, as I said to you before, Gary, always say, bowls is an old man's game. You've got young Justin...
Jake Wren.
Cribben, young Jake Rim is playing another tournament elsewhere today, but came in last night to have a chinwag to us, and it's great to see young Jake.
I had the pleasure at Mudgee Bar, if you remember, when I think we were playing the zone playoffs, I can't remember now. I had the pleasure, there's another great shot from Jaffray, and I think he might have two here.
Yep.
Where I managed to interview Kelsey Cottrell.
Yes.
The great Kelson, everybody loves Kelson, what she's done for the Australian ladies bowls scene. And I said, I applauded her on her efforts, and she's kind of intimated that she they get a bit concerned about the quality of young lady bowlers coming up underneath them. And we didn't want to mention too many specific names, but we knew who she meant. The three that you've just mentioned. And
we really are blessed to have some great bowlers.
Well, we've got enormous talent
in this great state of ours, mate. You know
well, not necessarily just our state, but right throughout Australia.
Right throughout Australia, we have Gary. That's for sure.
And the best thing what it does too, Brian, is that so many of the established players at this particular moment, the Jackaroos I'm talking about, I'm talking about the Carla Krasanics, I'm talking about the Rebeccas and the Natasha Scotts and Karen Murphy and Kelsey and Lindsay Armitage and all, Lindsay Clark, I should say. They're happy enough to be there, but they're looking over their shoulders.
Yeah, they are.
You know what I mean?
Because there's pressures on them, Gary.
Well, but what it does, because they're all such great champions, it makes them try harder.
Of course it does, mate.
Because they don't want to get thrown out.
And that's the bottom line, and that's where I said, there's so many great young players around, and you look out, you see young Jessica out there.
Of course, well, she was one you just mentioned
before.
Jessica and Kira are two that are on the Australian selection radar. Don't you worry about that.
And then you have
they're in the same team.
That's it. And you have a person like Claire Turley who's been there, done that. Needs no introduction.
No, well, that's exactly right.
Playing bowls with them. So I'm sure these players would have learned a lot this weekend playing with a person like Claire, who has so much experience, Gary.
Well, and the good thing about these two young girls is that, with Claire is that they're all up to one end.
Yeah, so
during the course of a game, because and I have no doubt that in order to the team is so beautifully balanced, I have no doubt that the two younger girls, both Kira and Jessica, would have occasionally sought Claire's advice.
Yes, I'd say so for sure.
Wouldn't you think that would be right?
Yeah, I know I know Kira in particular. I know her work ethic for training is absolutely astronomical. As we see Kurt playing another bowl here, I think he may be just a little bit underdone grass line, just a little bit underdone.
But if Claire ever got recalled to the Australian side, nobody'd be really surprised, would they?
No, well, she's been playing good bowls. I think one thing in her defence, though, since she's had the kids and she's been married, I think her bowling commitments have taken a bit of a backward step, Gary, compared to what it was like, mate. You know what I mean?
That's exactly right. And of course, the ladies know that. They know they've.
Yeah.
Well, they don't always have a dual role, but that is a role that a man can't replace.
No.
And you're talking in terms of Claire. You're talking in terms of Kelsey Cottrell, who's got a young one. Lindsay Clark's got two.
Two, that's right, yeah.
And I think both Rebecca and Natasha have got their own children too, haven't they?
Not too sure about Natasha, mate, but just look at this bowl here.
I had no idea.
Just a little bit underdone. Oh, gee whiz, that's very close.
But it's these ladies have proven their spot. They all deserve their place, and we love them all so much. But they're looking over their shoulders, Brian, because there's so many, and the men are the same.
So much talent around.
Men are the same.
So much talent around, mate, that's for sure.
But it makes them go even harder.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. So, I think Wayne would be a little bit disappointed with that one. Now, Nick's gone a little bit quicker with this one.
Yeah, but he's too wide, isn't he?
Well, he just want to punch his own out of the head.
And you get a bit of Kells as well.
It stayed. That's right. He's got shot out of that, I'd say.
Yeah, he has.
Great bowl there by young Nick. And once again,
nothing happening here.
Good attacking bowl.
Now, Tell's come down. This is what it's all about. He wants to have a decent look at this. 13. What is this? The 14th end. He wants to come down. Have I got a shot here, Brownie, or what? He said yes. He said you can. He looks to me from the indication.
You want to get rid of that bowl?
He's going to play weight on his backhand.
Yep.
And try and remove the blue bowl, which is Rob Pershouse, I believe.
Yes, it would be
He'll get Maxie's as well, but he'll probably leave himself holding two. Now, that's what from what I saw, they indicated. And he's playing it, but he's on the other hand. Oh. Well, I don't think that's helped a lot.
He got one shot out of it, my God,
really?
Father. Yeah, that's
Maxie. Look at Maxie's walking back.
That's sad.
Pick up the mat. He's got a big smile on his face.
No, that's sad. That'd
break your heart, wouldn't it?
Because he did indicate he was going to play it on the backhand.
Judy Pearce, top fan, Judy said. She's watching.
G'day, Judy.
Welcome, Jude. That's the first notification I've got for about an hour on this thing. Well, I don't think they like me. They'll send all the message to you.
It just depends on where they click onto, mate.
Yeah. So now we're back. We've got the COE, the charge of everything.
Yeah, we're just going to show just a couple of bowls from the ladies.
He's gone back to the ladies. So we're sharing it around. We're trying to please everybody.
Oh, good bowl there by Connie.
Connie's come through.
She's moved the kitty.
She has.
Not too sure.
I've got no idea.
Claire says she's got one.
Oh, no, she's one and maybe two.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know who's two she's indicated. Well,
I think she's indicated that purple bowl's holding him out of about 5, so...
Oh, I don't think she said that, did she?
Yeah, I saw the fingers go up, so I'm not too sure. We'll see what type of shot Chloe plays, though, but it's got a good angle to see this in actual
Yeah,
fact.
well, she's here for sure. Don't worry about that. Oh,
Well,
look, if she's after that purple bowl, that's a cracking bowl.
Mate, not a bad bowl, is it? Eh?
Well, I don't know what the upshot of it all is, but they might have the yellow. Chloe's got yellow bowls. They might have 3 here.
But look at Connie. Look at this for a bowl by Connie.
Well, they haven't got 3 now.
Oh, what a magnificent bowl, Connie
well
Rickson.
done, Connie.
Great bowl.
One down, they
One
indicated. So that
A great bowl by Connie Rickson there, Gary.
Linda Gardner wants to know when I'm going to sing a song. Well, I certainly won't be on this beat. I said, you have to wait till I get back home.
Linda, don't do that to us, for God's sake, mate. He started on jokes last night, Linda, and that took us about 2.5 hours of our time.
What innings are we up to for the boys?
What innings are we up to? We're playing the 14th end. We're 15th end we're playing.
Yeah, and this is the final, in case you didn't know, Greg.
Yeah.
I'm sure you did. Oh, not Greg. Gary. Oh, dear.
Cheryl Hutchins on board. G'day, Cheryl. How are you?
Shed's over there. She's just hiding in the background.
We're trying to show you a bit, Shirley. We're just trying to show you a bit. The Maroochydore girls having a bit of conversation now because it's 21-9 now to Tweed heads over there. So
it's a midfield powwow.
Yeah, having a midfield pair, which I think is good. I think it's really good the way the skips communicate these days with the other players.
Well,
and,
they got to get away from the Tweed heads Ospreys and
That's right.
find a private part of the green because they don't they don't want to tell them what we're thinking.
Yeah, that's ever so true.
So now, if you pick up a bowl and smash Jessica in the chops, I'll jump on Clubby's feet.
No, it's been absolutely fantastic couple of days of bowls, Gary.
The best is yet to come. Don't worry about that.
Oh, mate, we've got 4 great days coming ahead there. I don't think Robbie Allen's going to have any air left by the end of the 4 days, mate.
Well, Toowoomba will be out of pies.
I know that, mate. They won't make enough here tomorrow. Hey.
Toowoomba bakeries have gone into recession. They said, bloody Robbie Allen leaves. We're going broke.
Fair enough, Gary. All good, mate.
Okay, so I think young Kira's drawn a bowl just in front there.
It looks that way, yeah. Looks that way. Good looking bowl there. So
absolutely. And
Connie's having a good look at this one,
well,
mate. She likes it.
She's interested. Oh, she's nudged it. Yeah, she's indicated shot there.
Yep.
Clubby's not getting all that concerned. She's just asking Kira to repeat what she did with the first. You can't see the bowl coming in, but you will soon see something as a result of what's happened. And she's dropped that one short.
Yeah, Kira turned her back on that one. I don't like seeing bowlers turn their back on bowls, Gary. I think that they should watch them.
Neither do I, Brian.
I think should watch it till it finishes,
It
mate.
makes it... I mean, even if you play, and we all do, you play a crap bowl and you say, well, this is doing nothing.
Yeah.
But if you turn your back on it, it makes it so much harder to know how to correct.
That's ever so true, mate.
I mean, you might say, well, look, I know this is no good. But what have I got to do to fix it? And if you turn your back and you say, well, I don't know where it's finished, I don't know how wide I was.
Well, lovely bowl there by Jessie. Just rolled it over.
Kira's bowl over
just
behind
rolled it over,
and
mate.
made it shot.
Well, I think if you keep score too, mate, on how many bad bowls you play, because 9 times out of 10, Skip says to me, "Where you going?" I said, "The bar," because I just made 2 rough ones, you know.
Well, I had to make a list of all my bad bowls. I had to carry a school bag full of bloody books on me back.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh dear.
So we see Jessie there playing her backhand, and as she said, just knocked Kira in for shot.
Yeah.
So she's trying to add to the She's got a nice line on this one.
Whether she's up enough, I'm not sure.
Yeah, just her weight, mate.
She took an extra sort of halfway during her march.
Yeah.
She then took an extra pace, which is kind of
just took
indicates
a bit off.
that you're not up.
Yeah, just a little bit, mate.
Yeah. It seems funny. It's funny the body language, isn't it? As you pick it up and you do it yourself. I mean, if you play a bowl and you stamp your foot, what does that mean?
Stamp your foot means 9 times out of 10 that it's not much of a bowl.
You're too heavy, Robbie said.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you play a bowl, well, that's body language, isn't it?
It is body language, Gary, that's for sure.
You play a bowl and you immediately you sort of take a pace or two and stamp your foot, means you're too heavy.
Yep.
Or you feel you are.
Lovely bowl there by Claire, just giving Chloe another one in the head.
Yep.
So
now Rosie's, what's she going to do here? Oh, that's not Rosie.
No, that's not Rosie. Rosie's had her go.
Yeah, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Or I'm behind. That's Marianne.
Yep. She's played some good bowls over the last couple of days too, mate. You know?
Yep.
And just for everyone else, it's 21-9 on this rink we're showing at the moment, which is the girls, Maroochydore versus Tweed Heads. It's 20-7 to West Toowoomba over Bargara. And it's 12-9 to Jubilee over the Albert. So the Albert boys have really had a good fight back over there, Gary.
Yeah.
Very good fight back.
They were down a fair way early, weren't they?
Yes, they definitely were.
Yep.
They were. So the girls here just having a talk, seeing what... I must admit, let's say Connie's been a very consultative skip there, mate. She's talking to her team on a regular basis, which I think is a good idea.
That's what they do. We mentioned that amongst the men earlier, didn't we?
Yeah.
How pleased we are to see that aspect of the game. It seems to, instead of the skip saying you'll do what you're told and then say nothing.
Yes.
They're more than happy to have a discussion about what shot should be. But I think it's betterment for the game.
Yes, mate. Well, you see, I don't know. What do you think? It'd be 1 or 2 shots there? I know.
I think they might only have one.
One there.
The one that's what appears to be left of the jack there.
Well, Connie's played her bowl, so team's coming in to have a bit of a look at it. They're showing a bit of interest in it, but a bit wide.
They've lost interest now.
Yeah, playing a bit of weight. Well, that's not a bad shot because I reckon. I know it's hard to pick up with the camera angle that we're on, but I reckon you could get both those bowls if the track's in there, Gary. You know what I mean?
Well, you don't want to get both of them because you certainly don't want to get the one on the right.
Because that's his.
Yeah.
That's his. So.
You wouldn't want to be getting both of them, and you don't want to get that front one because that's Claire's.
Yes, that's true too.
So you can cause a bit of damage if you happen to. Well, Connie's going to play the bowl, so who am I to tell her? And Joe Dewsbury says great bowling Ospreys. Well, at the moment, Joe, they're looking pretty damn good, aren't they?
They are playing good bowls, I must admit.
And that's not just the ladies; it's the men as well. So,
but at the same time too, the Richardall girls have played great bowls too, mate. But,
yeah. I mean, when you think about it, you come through, as we've talked about, the length of time that you can be involved in this. You come all the way through for a period of 8 months. There's really no disgrace to lose one game in 8 months, is it?
Mate, my sentiments exactly, mate.
I know we've talked about it before, so.
What end we up to? I'll let you know on the
chicken.
On the 15th end, and over on the boys, there's too many people standing in front of the scoreboard to see what's going on over there. Looks as though I'd say Bargara's just won the last end because Jack's about to play his first bowl.
Well, there's one of the boys on the.
Oh, he's having a drive.
Somebody's having a real crack over here. He's opened up his shoulders.
He's had a drive.
I think he's got fresh air.
Yes. No.
Yeah, to come all the way, there's
20 20-5 by the looks of it, mate.
Yeah, after
Yeah,
15
the
ends.
score's up there, so it's up there on the board.
20-5 after 15 is the men's.
21-9 for the
final,
women.
21-9 for the girls.
And 20-7 in favour of West Toowoomba over Bargara. And 12-9 to Jubilee over the Albert. So that's an update of all the scores. And Gary looks as though he's just going to go up top to get the scores from all the other games.
I'm getting the top ring, there's no one there, but I'll make out I'm getting the scores, right?
Looks like he's just going up to get the scores from the top ring
I'll
again.
pretend.
Oh, dear.
There's a couple of blokes up there having a roll-up. I'll give you the
Anyway, we see the girls here just measuring to see who's got shot. So who's got second shot, I should say. So it's just 1 to Tweed heads. So that makes it 22-9. So. Though Kira about to dictate what length they're going to play. So as I said, it's great to see these two young girls playing with the experience of Claire and Chloe. I mean, Chloe only young in her own rights, but again, an absolute champion. Yeah, it's very hard to see from there though, Robbie, isn't it? You know what I mean? The angle's not quite right there. Yeah, that's right too. Lovely start there by Kira, just sitting in just in behind the kitty, right on the line though. It's a lovely first up lead bowl that. Yeah. We see Matt looks as though just a little bit long. I'd say Rob's probably got shot there. Max Jaffray maybe one. Kurt's turned his back on that one already. You're not happy with that one. But anyway, his weight's not bad. It's just his grass line. So his weight in actual fact is absolutely spot on. So the way Matt's got his opportunity here, so he's going to play his backhand. Just got to come around this front bowl here of Max Jaffray's. Looks as though he's got it pretty well grasped here. Just depending upon his weight, it's just starting to work now. How's it coming? Just around it, going to sit this and stay. Oh, yep, maybe. But, definitely be holding one there, I assume, with Rob Pershouse's bowl there on the left of your screen, the dark blue bowl. I don't think his back bowl was in play there, but it never know, it may be. We'll see what Wayne plays first up. I assume he probably plays forehand. He sits that blue bowl out the head or just makes contact with Max's bowl, or if he trails it out, he may have three, trailing it out to Kurt's bowls, so he's got plenty of options on this hand, so we'll see how he goes. He's following it down, starting to work now. Well, he just draw it cold even though. Not a bad bowl. Not a bad bowl. So anyway, young Jack's telling Nick to play through the head. So we've got he's got a couple of options here, that's for sure. But it's 20-5, and the ends are starting to run out. They've really got to start winning every end from here on. Playing the 16th end. It's be interesting to see what type of weight young Nick plays. Going to come in under, and he's going to stick wide. A little bit wide for that type of weight. But then again, you play what you're comfortable with. Looks like he's going to change his hand here. Looks like he's going to play his backhand. So Tell just played an absolute bomb on his forehand. Absolutely played a beautiful bowl. But he's changed to his backhand. After playing such a good bowl, you wonder why people changed. All he had to do was touch Kelvin's bowl, give it a few rocks. And,
I've just been up to have a look at the top green. There's a couple of blokes having a roll-up there, and Clive is leading Ian 7-4.
7-4. Okay, mate. So it's a good update.
Yeah, well, I thought you'd like to know all about that.
Great bowl there by Nick. That's a great,
lovely shot.
Lovely bowl. They'll have a few shots here, mate.
I think he could end up
Here it is on slow action replay, mate. Here it is.
Is this a replay?
This is the replay.
Well, he's going to hit it again if that's the case. How can he be accurate with two shots like that?
Yeah, they're absolutely beautiful.
He's got bang. He's got both them out.
And he also took Max's again.
Well, he did.
I reckon he'd have 3 shots here, mate.
That's what I just said.
Oh, maybe even 4.
You might be right. This could be a...
Wayne doing the board now, so we're about to find out. Well, there we go. 20 to 9.
Well, they went from, what were they, 20 to 4?
They were
5. So they got 4 shots.
So they got 4 shots out of that, mate. What a great bowl by young Nick, eh?
Well, he knew what he was doing.
Absolutely magnificent bowl. Just goes to show the calibre of these young players, mate, doesn't it?
Well, he had to produce, something, didn't he? And
yep.
Not that he hasn't all for the whole 2 days, but...
Brad Harris, how are you? Brad, good to have you on board, my friend. Brad, of course, has been live streaming the mixed pairs from Club in Toowoomba, mate. So,
okay.
Well done, Brad. It's always great to get our great game out to the public, mate, so everybody can watch it.
And young Jack's played another lovely opening bowl, and
definitely has, mate.
Can't speak highly of this young lad. I'll give you the tip.
No, he's played very well.
Because Maxie's come back and he's dropped a bit short.
A bit short there. Just
he's a seasoned campaigner. Maxie's not an easy man to beat, is he?
Oh, that's for sure, mate. No, he goes all right.
Yes, Gary Taylor was a great bowl, mate, and he got it as clean as he'd ever want.
Yep.
Beverly Spackman says, I'm back to watch these games. Thank you, Earlhaven. Retirement Village. Well, there you go. They get that Earlhaven retired. They closed it down.
So did I.
Hey?
So did I.
Well, she's sitting there and on her own, is she? Obviously not. Now, Max has corrected this okay. He might just be a little bit quick.
Yeah, good try by Maxie there, though, mate.
Tells has got to be more than happy with what he's done.
Oh, that's for sure, mate. He's set the heads up for him
well. He dropped one sort of in people's backhand draw, and his next one he just trundled past, so you can't knock that. And Rob Pershouse, he's waving this around like a... Well, he doesn't like that one, does he?
It's probably Rob's worst bowl for the weekend, mate.
He played very well.
Hasn't he? He's played some great bowls, mate. He really has.
Here comes Special K now. You watch what happens here. Because this bloke can play. In case somebody out there doesn't know him, I'll just let you know. Now look at that.
It's not bad for an old bloke.
He's got the shot too. And Tells has gone, yeah, he said that's it. Well, that's what Kelvin does. He does it all the time.
As we see Rob with his second bowl here, just going to try and outdraw Kelvin's bowl there. I'll tell you what, he's got a nice,
he's got a much
lovely
line,
shot. Lovely line for this, Gary.
And he's got the weight too.
Yeah, beautiful bowl. Comes off that, falls over, one down.
One down now. Now here, watch Kelvin. He won't be deterred by that.
No.
He's the kind of bloke that he's got every shot in the book, Kel. And that's why he's such a great player. Well, he is. He is a legend.
Yeah, good bowl there anyway. It's very, very usable.
Anyone who's beaten Kelvin Kerkow at a game of singles can be very proud.
You beaten him?
Yeah, only once.
Only once? How many times you played him?
Once.
Never give him the opportunity to get back, eh?
Well, I retired after that. He came back from winning the Hub of the
Tell you what,
Hunter.
a lovely bowl coming in here from young Matt.
Yep.
Doesn't want to trail it too far.
Oh, he has.
Yeah, he's still
got it.
He's probably got 2 shots there, though. Like a pretty reasonable bowl there, though, Gary. Like, I mean, I think Kurt will probably have to play his backhand here. So very, very good bowl there by young Matt. Who's again, he's.
But they're just the Tweed boys have just got the answers, haven't they?
Well, they have so far, but gee whiz, mate, the Bargara boys have played sensational
Of course
bowls
they
too,
have.
mate. You know what I mean?
Now
Look at this bowl by Brownie.
Brent shot from Brownie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
mate, this is getting scary.
They are playing good bowls, I will say that, mate.
So, I mean, you look at what happened there. Maxie didn't have the shot, so Kelvin said, right, it's my turn, and he eventually got the shot. But and then the Bargara boys would come in and said, well, you're not having it on your own, I'm going to get it back, which they did. And Brownie said, it's my turn, see you later, boom, boom.
Matt just being just a little bit narrow with that one.
Yeah.
He said his weight was absolutely perfect for what he was after.
Well, the funny thing about that game I played against Kelvin was he came back, he just won the Hub of the Hunter. It's a big tournament down Newcastle, wasn't it? Newcastle somewhere?
Yep.
And it was the first round of the district singles. Oh, way back in the 90s, mid-90s somewhere. Well, he came back, and I think he had a bit of flight lag. You know what you get?
Jet lag.
Jet lag, they call it, yeah.
Yep.
And I played him, and I played out of me tree.
Yep.
And I ended up winning about 7 or 8 shots, first to 25. And Kel was asking a bloke on the next rink, Don Lowry. You might remember.
I remember Don Lowry. I do
Lowry?
remember Don Lowry, yes.
He said to him, Don, he said, what can I do? What can I do? And when we came in after the game, the marker took the card and he said, Gary said, I don't mean to be rude, but he said, is this score right? And I said, well, yes, you are rude. And secondly, it is right. And the crazy thing about it, it's the funniest thing Kelvin ever said, I think, because I ended up with a bye in the next round. I don't know how that happened. And, of course, as you know, the losers usually mark the next game.
That's correct, mate, yes.
And he said, Tomo, he said, you've got a bye in the next round. And Kelvin said, well, I'm happy about that because I don't know how to mark. And I can believe that.
Believe it, yeah.
He doesn't lose enough singles games to ever have to mark anyone.
Well, that's about right, too.
Geez, I laughed. I thought it was so funny.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll remember it, well, he might not. But as long as I'm sitting there, I'll tell you that's what happened. It was the only time I ever played him. Oh, dear. Okay, so Nick's coming down here. Looks to me as though he's a bit too quick to turn, is he? Or is he going to get a piece of it?
Jesse Cattell's on board at the moment, what's she, mate?
Jesse be cheering for Nick.
Yeah, Nick, that's right. Diane Lenham's on board. Kerry Cattell's on board. And Maxine's made a statement. And Danny's saying, who's the commentating? The voices are familiar.
Who said that?
Danny Serple.
The voices of...
G'day, Johnny Newell. Good to have you on board.
Well, let's hope the voices are going to be fairly familiar for the next few years.
It's Brian Marshall and Gary Thomas. Gary the Legend Thomas.
Well done about that.
From the Broadbeach Bowling Club. So, ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know that the latest score in the ladies' gold medal match is 26-9 for the Tweed Heads over Maroochydore.
That's in the ladies.
In the ladies, in the bronze medal match, it is 22 to West Toowoomba, 8 to Bargara.
And in the bronze medal for the men,
it's 13-9 to Jubilee, but I do believe that the Albert's holding shot there.
Okay.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, Bowls Queensland and Toowoomba Region are the major sponsors for the live streaming of the 2019 Bowls Queensland Champion Fours. We would like to thank them for their support and their initiative of bringing you this great game of ours out there. I know Bowls Queensland is very keen to get as much bowls out and promote the game as much as they possibly can. It's something that we really do appreciate from the live streaming team to be able to bring you this great game of ours. So we see first bowl there from Max just a little bit through. And see Jack, who has led very well, but he doesn't seem to be too happy with that one by his facial expressions anyway. So we'll see where it finishes.
one of the, you have a look at Maxie Jaffray's bowl. one of the funniest things that we all know Clinton Bailey.
Clinton Bay, we
And
all know Clinton.
we said to ourselves, I wonder what sort of bowls Maxie's using, and because they're white, but they've got all different coloured speckles all over them.
Mm-hmm.
And Clinton came back and said they're called Optima Picassos.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I thought that was funny.
Funny, yes.
Optima Picasso.
Well, you know why Clinton hasn't been on board, don't you?
No.
Because they're all playing at Ocean Shores this weekend.
Oh, okay.
They're all down there for their Force Carnival.
Right,
And that's exactly where Nathan Rice and Andrew Howie are, who will be here tomorrow.
Be here tomorrow. There's Jack come back with another bowl bit through the head, but he's only one down, I think. Here comes Kel, and you can guarantee he's not going to be far away.
Got a good line on it,
Mate,
Gary.
got lovely weight and everything. Have a look. Good grief.
Mm.
I mean, you got a bloke of Kelvin's experience and ability playing second for you.
It's not bad, is it?
Mate, you wouldn't lose a game, would you?
No, you wouldn't think you would. But
and you got Maxie up front, and then you got Brownie to contend with, and then Turles does what he does. I mean, this is what you call a very gifted fours combination.
No, that's for sure.
I mean, the same goes for the ladies. I mean, with all due respect to all these other teams and the players who have, worked their way through the program and got down. And there's Cal coming from behind, a bit of insurance.
Danny says, Gary Thomas, I'll be joining your club this week.
Who, Danny?
Danny, Patrick.
Supple.
Yep.
Okay.
Joining his
Danny,
club.
well, you'll be more than welcome, whether you're there for a long time, short time, or whatever your bowling record is, you'll be welcomed. You can be assured of that because that's the kind of club we are.
And Pauline just said, played in the Champ of Champs at Toowoomba. Lost 2 games on Saturday, but won today. Pretty happy. Played for Harvey Bay. Good on you, Pauline. It was wonderful to see your great club represented here too.
Yeah, and like the girls, I don't know, well, they won this morning, you say?
Yes, they had a comfortable win there this morning.
Okay, and I think they're from the, were they West Toowoomba?
No, they were Harvey Bay, mate. Harvey
Bay. Harvey Bay. The girls won 27-8 in their game this morning, and congratulations.
In actual fact, she's got on the screen 39-7.
Well, I got.
That wasn't the final scores.
That wasn't the final score.
That wasn't the final scores, mate. No, it's 39-7.
They were the scores that Jimmy brought up with about 3 or 4 ends to go. Yeah.
That's right too. Yeah.
Okay, I'm out of that. I'm sorry about that, dear.
Yep, no,
I've given it
great.
a bump
It's
stick.
great to see you here too, and representing your great district of the Fraser Coast and also Harvey Bay.
Now look what's happened here.
Beautiful bowl there.
I think Brownie.
Oh, sorry, it was Matt played that bowl.
Yes,
I beg
it
your
was.
pardon. I thought it was Brownie. I beg your
I
pardon.
think Brownie. No. I think Brownie had drawn the shot
Yeah.
and Matty's knocked him up and he's now shot her.
Yes, it's a bit unlucky there, but anyway, that's what happens. Particularly when you're chasing shots too, isn't it?
Well, you got to make something happen.
That's for
pretty
sure.
soon, haven't you?
It was looks as though it's 26-11 now to Tweed heads over the Maroochydore Club on the 18th end.
Yeah, that's the ladies.
And 22-8. Looks like we're only after 16 ends to the West Toowoomba Club over Bargara.
Oh.
And this men's bronze medal match is really narrowed up, where it's Jubilee 13 to the Albert 10. There's only 3 shots in that, so and I'll tell you what, there's been some great bowls played. We see Matt here having a drive, but I think he's pulled this spoiler to Gary.
He's pushed it out too far.
Yeah. I think he's trying to contact that front bowl, and would have got Kurt's bowl straight out of the head, mate. You know what I mean? Particularly at that weight.
Would have got his own out too.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem there.
He could have cleaned the whole 4 of them out and left Kurt Brown's left-hand side bowl shot.
Yeah. No, that's for sure. So anyway, we'll see.
We've got.
We'll see what he plays next time.
We're getting down to the crunch situation now. This is the 18th end.
Yep.
So
Greg Bostock's back on board, mate. G'day, Greg. How are you, my friend? Brian Stewart, good to see you wake up from your nana nap, mate. Always good to have Brian on board.
So Bargara really need to they need to can open this head a bit, don't they, and grab a couple of multiples. But I'm just not sure that against the opposition, the way they're going to be able to do it.
Well, I think Wayne's put a bowl in there to just...
Well, he's crowded it up a bit, but
he has, hasn't he?
I think Nick's got no option.
He has to hit it, Gary.
He's one down. He can't afford to go
one down,
two down, anything more. He's going to hit something. Bang. What happened? Oh, well, how about that?
One shot.
How about that?
He got it. Great bowl there. Great bowl. Hit it right where he had to hit it, mate.
Well, Tells wouldn't be all that overly concerned.
Here it is here again anyway. Let's see if he does it again.
I'll see if we can get it again.
See if he can do it again here.
He did. He got the same result. You wouldn't believe that, would you?
That's what you call slow action replay.
Oh, okay. Now,
Tells cutting the head here, mate. He's wasn't out far enough.
I think at this particular stage of the game, he couldn't care less if he's one down.
Yeah, I think so too, mate.
Although, you know, I mean, you got to look at it from...
Ones aren't bad, mate. Ones aren't bad.
You got to look at it from, you know, what is the likely outcome? I mean, if the boys are starting to throw them all over the park...
Yep.
You know, you're starting to get a bit concerned, but they're not.
No, that's for sure.
They're bowling just as well as they were when they started.
Yeah.
And if they're only going one down, well, he's going, well, I don't care.
Yep. That's only one, sir.
So that takes it to 21-10 after 18 ends. So they've got to pick up 11 shots with 3 ends to go.
3 ends to play. A little bit hard against this combination like this, my friend.
Well, see, 11 shots will only get them level. They need to get 3 fours, don't they?
Yes, quite realistically.
So, you know, you would think that might be a little bit beyond them.
It would be pretty hard. Well, I must admit that might be pretty hard to achieve, so, you know. But,
don't desert your chairs, ladies and gentlemen. Lock yourself in because we ain't finished with you just yet.
been some colossal bowls played in the last 2 days, Gary. It's been an absolute credit to all of the competitors, and as you said, they've had a great time making it this far, and it's been an absolute pleasure watching these true champions of our game play the last 2 days.
And we got all the men's and ladies pairs
tomorrow
coming for the next 2 days.
Yep.
And they'll be starting, I think, around 9 o'clock in the morning, quarter to 9 roll-up.
Yep.
And there's some tremendous...
Yeah, it should be some great games there too, mate.
Tremendous, once again, tremendous teams and well-known lawn bowlers around Queensland.
Look at that bowl there. Look, it just absolutely corrected beautifully. Once again,
lovely
mate.
Shot.
Lovely bowl there. Just in behind the kitty, just right on the line, mate. So he's really corrected very, very nicely, this young lad.
He sure has.
I see Max trying hard not to be outdone. I think he may have just put a little bit too much on this, but again, he's coming back to the line.
This young lad hasn't done too bad either, has he?
He's done pretty good for a young lad too, mate, yeah. I think Lenny looks after him too well, mate. That's his biggest problem, I reckon. So we see Rob playing his forehand. He's coming down here. He's got it pretty well grasped. How's his weight looking? It's not looking too bad at all.
Yeah, Rob. Yes, I think he'd be pretty happy with this one.
Yep. Another bowl there.
Well, that gives them 2.
2.
They need 2 more.
They need 2 more, mate, on this end.
To get their 4, but...
This bloke here might put a damper in that. What's his name?
Special K.
Special K, okay.
He's KK. He's going to...
KK.
Oh, I don't know whether he's... No, he's going to run into Maxi.
I think the pressure might be getting to him, do you reckon, mate?
Oh, well, I think they've... Quite seriously, I think, you know, they've gone into relaxed mode, I think, haven't they? They've just got to protect everything now.
No, that's for sure.
I mean, even if they drop 2 here, and Rob's got another pretty fair bowl there too.
He's played a good bowl there, mate. Probably just needed a little bit more weight on that one there, though, Gary, just to carry it through just a little bit more, though, mate. So, but a beautiful line. We see the Kelvin's going to correct his line, but is he under his bowl?
He's still out there, mate.
Still out there, mate.
But see, I mean, if they drop 2 on, well, they're 2 down now. If they drop 2 on this end, or 3 even, that means they've got to get 9 in 2 ends.
Yeah.
And I mean, unless they can get a 4 or better.
Yeah.
They're chasing their tail a bit, aren't they?
Certainly are.
And here comes Matty. He's left this out a bit, has he?
Yeah, he just left it out a little bit, mate, yeah. Again, his line. Look at his line. Straight back on, straight back on the line, mate. So his grass line's absolutely fantastic, Gary.
Yep.
Just his weight control, just struggling a little bit there. But
see, now what's happened here? Max hasn't got shot, and Kelvin's played two uncharacteristic wide bowls.
Here comes Brownie.
So Brownie says, "Okay, boys, you've left it up to me on this end. Whoop-da-doop-da."
Yeah, great bowl.
That's what they've done.
Great bowl there by young Kurt. That's for sure.
What they've done.
He's played a beautiful bowl there, mate.
But like they all do their bit, don't they? And if one doesn't happen to get the shot, the other one does. But and then all of a sudden, just when the Bargara boys are thinking, "Hang on, we're going to give a couple of shots here," Brownie says, "Well, I've got something to tell you."
And Matt just a little bit short with that bowl there. He's just overcorrected a little bit, so. A little bit. It's been a couple of big days for these people. It's been very warm too, Gary, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. Today's not as hot as it was yesterday.
No, yesterday was very warm.
Brownie's just going to come in the jack high there, so it's not so bad because they've happened the movement of the kitty on the forehand side. It's going to go straight to those two bowls. So poor old Nick, he's wandering up to the mat there thinking, what can I do, boys?
Now we have an update over on the bronze medal match, and it is 14-10 to Jubilee Bowls Club, representing Far North Queensland.
Yep, and the ladies, the ladies have shaken hands. The Tweed's Heads ladies. Now, I don't know whether they actually finished the game, did they, Brian?
I'm not too sure.
I'll just check the scoreboard because I don't think that they'd played all their ends.
Oh, okay, because
they're leading. They're 26-11.
Well, we just bet to flick over to them.
And they've played 18 ends.
Yeah. And we were going to flick over to them after this and show the
and
last
they're
few
all
ends.
on the bank shaking hands. So
okay, it's over and done
they've
with.
said, good night, nurse, we're out of here.
Yep, so the Tweed Heads have won the
So
gold
the
medal match.
The Tweed Head ladies, folks, will just tell you what's happened because they've, as I said, they've come up, they're all standing on the bank and they've got their bowls in their bags and they're heading inside for a well-earned drink. So the Queensland champion of champions, ladies fours, for 2019 is Tweed Heads girls, Kira Burke, Jessica Srishamruabai, Claire Turley, and Chloe Stewart.
Oh, well done, and well done to the Maroochydore girls too, and absolute credit to them.
And the Maroochydore girls had to win this morning to make the final, and
which they did do. They did a great job there.
So full credit. They had to win by more than 7.
Mm-hmm.
Sandra Laidlaw, Rose Rickson, Marianne Coenzel, and Connie Rickson from Maroochydore and the Sunshine Coast for the runners-up. So they've got themselves a silver medal. Well, we'll just have to, Shirley, the situation was that
we didn't know they were finishing, Shirley.
No, well, see, what happened is Robbie went out. He was fully aware of what we were wanting to try.
We were going over to it, Shirley.
Robbie went out to change the camera angles, which he has to do.
And the girls
and
called it.
as he went out there, the girls called it off. So we were going to watch the last
couple
three
of
ends.
ends. Yeah, we were.
They didn't play the last 3 ends.
Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, we can only set up to do one rink properly.
Yeah.
So, terribly sorry.
So
we'll go back and broadcast on this match. So, of course, Bargara picked up that end there. So, Jack gets to roll the kitty. Shorten the end up very shortly. So, he has shortened it up. So, see what he does with this one.
So, it's 21. How many did they get? 4.
Yep.
They got 4, did they?
Yep. 21-13, mate.
21-13. The Tweed Heads men are leading Bargara. Is this the last end, or have they got one to go after?
I think they got another one end to go after this, mate. So they've really got to pick up a few more shots.
Well, we mentioned earlier before. They needed to get 4 and end, didn't they, to win?
Correct, mate, yeah.
And there's a fly on my screen. I thought that might be the third shot. Hang on.
No, it's a fly, mate.
Get rid of him.
You missed it.
Big black fly, looked like a bowl.
Good-looking bowl here by young Jack. He's corrected himself very well here. Once again, it's all to do with the art of correction.
Jack Davies.
Yeah, wonderful bowl there again by young Jack. So he's done very well.
Used to be a television personality, didn't Jack Davies?
Jack Davies, he was too, my friend.
I think it was spelled D-A-V-E-Y.
Yeah.
So here comes Maxwell Silverhammer, and he's gone bang, bang, bang.
He's got it.
Into the head.
Yep. So that'd be one. Possibly, maybe two, but anyway, it's still too far out to worry about that
really
anyway.
Matter, does it?
That's for sure.
The Bargara boys had to pick up 3 paws, we thought, on the last 3 hands.
Yep.
Well, they certainly got 4 on the last time, but they need to do it again. Here comes Rob Pershouse. He's just going to go underneath here. He wouldn't be happy with that, but he has played very well, hasn't he, Brian?
He definitely has, mate. He's had a great 2 days. He's done himself and his district very, very proud. Of course, the Fraser Coast district, Bundaberg district, I should say.
Yeah.
Beg your pardon about that. Apologise to everybody out there for that slip.
And Sue Crumblin says, congratulations to the Tweed girls on becoming the Queensland Championship Paws winners for 2019, and we echo that too, Sue.
Yes, no, that's for sure.
We'll be personally congratulating them as we
will congratulate everybody that participated in this event. That's absolutely fantastic. And of course, it wouldn't be able to bring you this if it wasn't for the generosity of Bowls Queensland and the Toowoomba region.
There's Rob Pershouse. Oh, he's just missed the jack.
Just missed it, yeah. Good try. So they're our major sponsors of the live streaming of the 2019 Bowls Queensland Champion Finals. We'd also like to thank them for their support and also for the North Toowoomba Bowls Club for giving us a use of their wonderful facilities. So we do thank them very, very much.
Shirley just came back with a comment there about apology accepted commentators, but still would like to have known what was going on and the likelihood the ladies were not. Well, we had no idea.
You had no idea.
Shirley, we had no idea. We're just sitting here in the clubhouse watching what's happening, and all of a sudden
they're shaking
they
hands.
start shaking hands. Well,
we were going to do the last 3 hands, Shirley, but
they don't come in and tell us and say, well, look, can you do the last 3 hands of our game, because if not, we're going to go inside. Now, there's a comment from a lady who's, I think it's Maxine. What's Maxine saying?
Yeah, it was live streaming was something that the Gold Coast Tweed district was very passionate about, Maxine, and I happen to be the president of the Gold Coast district, and very fortunate to have a very good working team there that with Bowls Queensland we could see the initiative of trying to promote the game of bowls out to the people that really, we touch a lot of people in actual fact that don't actually play our great game, and most of the clubs, a lot of clubs in actual fact are telling me how the live streaming, how their participation rate with their barefoot bowlers has gone through the roof, and mainly because of the live streaming. So
yeah, well, this sort of thing, Brian, was never available. I think the period of time was mentioned 18 months. I think it might be a bit more than that, but this sort of home video presentation was never available 2 or 3 years ago, was it?
No, it's never available. But we were very lucky too, where, and I mean this with full sincerity, to pick up Robbie Allen to come on board, because Robbie really is, he's the whole key behind our organisation.
He's the guru
when it comes to the technical side of things, and I mean that too. Like, Robbie's done a great job for us, and that's the reason why Bowls Queensland, the Gold Coast Tweed district, and a lot of other districts, like next weekend, like we're here for the next 4 days, and you've got to understand, we're all volunteers. We don't get paid for doing this. We're all volunteers. So we're here for another 4 days, and then we fly off to Townsville on the weekend, and I'm up there for 3 days doing my Bowls Queensland duties, and of course doing the live streaming and the commentary up there. And so it's all volunteers. So we try to do our best, and we just want to promote the game of bowls and get it out to as many people as possible. We just see Justin Cribblin here. He's holding 3 shots here, and he looks as though he's played another great bowl here.
Roger Webb's come on and said he'd enjoyed the coverage and he's just off to have a rich red.
Is he? I'd like to join him, but I've got to drive home to Tambourine Mountain tonight, my mate.
He's looking forward to tomorrow.
I've got a meeting of World Bowls tomorrow, representing the Gold Coast District and Bowls Queensland, and then I'm back up here tomorrow afternoon. So I've got a few miles to do the next few days, Gary.
Yeah.
So wouldn't I like that red, but I just can't have it.
Mate, I might be having a couple here, but don't worry about that. But I think this could be curtains, because Nicky,
they're holding a couple there.
Well, they got 3 shots, and if Nicky doesn't get something here, I think you'll find they'll be shaking hands.
Looks like he's trying to just draw the kitty back a few feet there. So
Well, he's got a damn good line. If he's not too wide, he's got to pick.
Oh, yeah. Oh, how unlucky is that? He couldn't have played it much better, Nick.
Here we go. The handshake's on, boys and girls, and congratulations to the Tweed Heads men. Now, this is some exciting information that I was keeping in abeyance. Since the inception of this tournament that we can go back to, I believe it goes back a bit before this, but since 2001 when the men began this tournament, and I think the ladies joined in a couple of years later, this is the first time in the history of the event where the men and women of the same club have won the fours in the same year. It's never happened before. It's never happened in the pairs, but it has happened in the singles, Brian.
No, that's right, mate. No, it's very well done.
Do you remember who that was?
No, I don't.
It happened in 2010 at Bribie Island.
At Bribie Island, I was up there for
our
that.
legendary CEO, Brett Wilkie,
Yeah, it was Brett too, yeah.
won the men's singles, and Lindsay Clark won the ladies, or Armitage as it was back then.
It was Lindsay Armitage back then.
And
Yeah,
it's only happened twice. That's the singles that were won by men and women of the same club.
Yep.
And this is only the second time, and certainly the first time in the fours,
Yep.
where the same situation has happened.
John Green's just come up and made out a very good point there. Clinton Bailey's come on board. You picked up all your money from Ocean Shores, Clinton? Hey, Clinton, it's been a quiet weekend, mate. Alex Murtha's been looking for you the last 2 days,
He's
mate.
walking on a tilt. His pockets are so full.
John Green just come up with a very good observation there. The Tweed Heads winner both the ladies and the men's fours. Claire Turley and Wayne Turley become the first husband and wife team to win in the same year.
Oh, well, naturally they do, yeah.
They do, so yeah, very well pointed out,
right.
John. So good to have Clinton on board and David Bennett. How are you, David?
There's no bragging
Aileen?
rights, is there? With
No bragging rights.
because the Turleys, they're going to say, well, we're champions in the same year. How good's that?
No, absolutely.
Give me a big hug.
But a huge pat on the back to the Bargara combination there. They played exceptionally well.
Yeah.
And when you work it out, as you were saying previously, Gary, that this combination started playing probably 7 or 8 months ago.
Yeah, for sure.
And they've come all the way to the final of the champions for their first defeat in the event. So it's an absolutely marvellous effort by that great little combination there, ably led by young Nick. So,
Robbie, have we got time whilst the other games are still in progress to, pardon me there, have you got time for me to just give the members of the pairs? It will only take a minute for each group. Just call the names out.
Yeah, let them know who's playing tomorrow, mate. This is
okay.
Should whet the appetite, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that's right. This is where you strap yourself in for 2 days of wonderful pairs action. So, in the men's pairs, the Group 1 winners were Nathan Rice and Andrew Howie from Helensvale on the Gold Coast. Group 2 were Chris Forbes and Jai Singh from Toowoomba, the Downs District. Group 3 is Darren Stanley and Robert Capelli from the Summit, Southern Downs. Group 4 winners were John Newell and Jason Moore from Hamilton in Brisbane. Group 5 were Josh Fisher and Dave Williams from Nanango in the Burnett District. In Group 6 is John Martin and Craig Hall from Gracemere, Central Queensland. Group 7 is Kerry Ollett and Barry Jackson from Marion up at Mackay. And Group 8 was Jason Walford and Mitch Stiles from Marlin Coast, Tropical Far North Queensland.
Got some great combinations in that. That's for sure.
That's your men's lineup. Now they'll be divided into. They have already, and I won't give you that now. But they've been divided into 2 sections of 4, and it'll be the same round robin playoff in the finals on the Tuesday afternoon. Now with the ladies in Group 1 was Debbie Logan and Glennis Reid from Mount Gravatt from the Gateway District. Group 2 is Julie Ezzy and Liz Parry from Salisbury, the Cunningham District. Group 3 is Margaret McAdam and Barbara McDonald from Taroom, Condamine. And Group 4 is Yolanta Ackroyd and Annie Studd from Bribie Island, Moreton Bay District. Group 5 is Carol Broadbent and Ruth Perry from Kandanga, Fraser Coast. Group 6 is Laurel Hofstetter and Wendy Campbell from Elliot Heads and Bundaberg. And Group 7 is Sue McCall and Rhonda Meng from South Suburban Mackay. And Group 8 is Jean Messina and Denise Charman from Silkwood, tropical far north Queensland.
Well, mate, what a great section of the Queensland countryside. We have those teams coming from Gary, and what an exciting 2 days of bowls that's going to be with some great matchups there, my friends.
Well, they've come from far and wide, Brian, and they're all very, very proud to be here, win, lose or draw.
Mate, it should be an absolute marvellous couple of days. So, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Bowls Queensland, I'd just like to say that from Gary Thomas, Robbie Allen and myself, Brian Marshall, I'd just like to say thank you for viewing. Hope you enjoyed it, and we look forward to being back on air at around about 8:45 tomorrow morning. Just give you a quick update on the other scores. It's
just before we shut down.
Before we shut down, it's 17-10 to Jubilee over the Albert, and they're playing the 19th end.
And in the play,
in the other
ladies bronze,
there's a quite a comfortable lead there to the West Toowoomba. Unfortunately, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ladies standing right in front of the scoreboard. So with that, I'd say as one of them starting to move, it looks as though it's there's 5 of them standing in front of it now.
There's 6 of them now.
6 of them standing in front. So see, Bargara's 12. Hello, one of the ladies is moving.
Yeah, it
is.
The Bargara girls are 12. We can see that.
Yep.
And they're getting very close. They've played 18 ends. This is the 19th end.
This will be their last end.
No.
Well, as these ladies about to play a bowl and bend over, there's 2 other ladies going to stood in front of the scoreboard. 24-12 it
24-12, is it, Robbie?
Yep.
Okay, so that's the 2 bronze medal playoff, which is still in progress, but they're very, very close to finishing.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure to bring you this on behalf of Bowls Queensland and the Toowoomba region. And I hope you enjoyed the coverage, and look forward to seeing you all on air tomorrow. And tomorrow is up to Gary Thomas and Robbie Allen. So best of luck for you guys, and I'll be back on Tuesday, hopefully. So good luck, enjoy the coverage, and I'll see you all on Tuesday. But enjoy your bowls and support your club. Thank you very much.